But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Hello and welcome, peoples. How are we doing? Good to see you. My day off, but I decided to go on just because I came across a video where this guy, we've seen one thing of him before. He's an ex-Christian. But he knows about occult symbolism and that. And he's obviously gone to the movies, Never Ending Story and Labyrinth, and there's plenty of occult symbolism in that, but it's blatant, hidden in plain sight. There's even messages like, do what thou wilt, but it's put in a different terminology, like do what you dream or something like that, that kind of thing, but it means, and it derives from Aleister Crowley's do what thou wilt. So this is real symbolism in real Hollywood kids movies, and real philosophy from occultism in kids movies, not just bloody images on someone's YouTube page or YouTube videos, not just silly images that can be equated to symbology. This is actual symbology hidden in plain sight, hidden as some kind of, I don't know, kiddie type symbology for the situation they're in, I suppose. But if you look into it, it's the things like snakes chasing its own tail, the eternity thing, and what else does it mean? The circle of life sort of thing, that kind of some death and destruction all in one, life, death, and destruction all in one, that type of stuff. But yeah, not just images on people's YouTube pages. This is actual symbology. But we've still got one of Jim's videos left to do, so I'll do that first, and then we'll just get into it. It's a 50-minute video, so I'm just going to get into it. No, like playing loads of music and all that. I'll play some Harry Mark at the end or whatever. Yeah, this is my day off, but I decided to do this just to show, look, there's actual symbology in movies and that out there. Not just little images or half images taken from someone's YouTube that may or may not look like symbology. I mean, especially making symbology out of symbology, like a flame on top of an eye, so to speak, could be illuminated eye. It's just silly. The plumber's not there. What do you mean the plumber's not there? Talking about, okay, I got you. Anyway, Jim first. Jim Anus. Then we'll get into it. What am I doing? I'm doing the wrong thing. That's what I'm doing. Jim Anus. I'm sure he's got one left that we didn't do last night. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this one. Right, I'll just leave this to play, guys. My shopping's come. I'm just going to get my shopping in. I'll just leave this to play, and if it goes on to another one, actually, I'll put autoplay on, so it'll go on to another one of Jim's. It should go into another one of Jim's. Anyway, I'll be back once I've got my shopping in, guys. See you in a sec. Now in a minute. Oh. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get the shopping in and put the stuff in the freezer and that. Vicky always gets me just enough that I can pack the freezer. I have to take the stuff out of the boxes to be able to pack the freezer. She always takes it enough, so I've got no room and no more. Just enough room and no more. Anyway, thanks, babe. That's that sorted. I'll just have to chuck the boxes out after we've streamed. But I've got a sweat on. Yeah, the pork shoulder was it's just too thicker chops, babe. So I thought it was going to be a joint. It's not. It's just too thicker pieces of pork. Wow, that's got me sweating, man. Right, Jimenez's link. He's on 1,000 videos. He's beat me video-wise. I've only got 500 odd, and I upload every day. It just shows you how many he uploads. He like uploads 2, 3 at a time. You know what I mean? Right. Fair play to Jim. And he's got 307, nearly 400 subs without even showing his face or speaking once. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? That's fantastic. Right, James, your boy. Wow, just come out of the shower and I've got a sweat on. There's Jim's link for people watching the replay. Got 7 people watching. See, I used to come on in the afternoon and have like 20 people here, you know. So it just shows that people ain't used to see me in the afternoon. I told you, it's Roger's fault. I keep telling him. He nicked my morning spot. I keep telling him. He said to me the other night, he says, "Oh, you can swap back if you want." I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be petty and swap back just because I get less views now. But where did I put that? Oh man, I had a joint. Ah, balls. Oh, it's here. It's here. I mean, I've got 2 already made there, but I'm gonna let. Anyway, I need to get that fan on me properly directed. Why do I not feel it? I maybe need to clean it out. It's got I've been using it so much. It's so dusty. So much rick as in sticky smoke stuff in the back of it and that. I might just buy a new one. Vicky likes to clean it because I leave it till it gets manky and then Vicky cleans it. But yeah, I think I just need a new one. I need a more powerful one. I'd like to get one of the bladeless ones, see if they're any good, but they're expensive. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's done, James. Right, let's get on with this. Let's get on with it. I noticed that Terret, I don't know if Terret's come in now. Is he still streaming? He was streaming Arwen, and Arwen was talking about, someone must have asked him about God. He says, yeah, I know through logic that there's a creator, and I know that through logic that someone created this place, so it's got to be a God, a creator of some sort, but that means nothing. That all tells me that there's a creator. What? Arwen? What? He used to confess a bit more than that. He used to say things about Jesus and that. He didn't believe in Jesus' divinity. He believed that Jesus could do miracles without divinity. You know, well, that's because he's a wizard, you know. Anyway, shut up. I'll talk about that if Terret comes in. I just thought it was funny that he's trying to say that there's a creator, but that's all it shows. You know, like, no. If there's a creator, then what did he make you for? Why are we here? Are we here to have a relationship with him? Are we here to be close to him, to be away from him? Did he create us so not to have a relationship with us, just to view us from afar? No, I don't think so. Why would anybody do that? Anyway, let's carry on with it. Right, this guy's called Motec. He says he's an ex-Christian. He's got long blonde hair. He looks like he's into the occult now, but he is, the way he's talking about this film, he is showing the occultism, but kind of, it seems as though he's concerned about it. But he also seems like he's in on it himself. I don't know. Maybe he just isn't a Christian anymore and likes to dress that way, but I don't know. But he is definitely one about, and this is real occult symbolism within movies, not just images on Flatz's bloody YouTube slash or my YouTube slash or Sob's avatar or someone else or Sandro's avatar, or you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. This is proper symbology, not a photograph of someone's eye. You know what I mean? This is, you know what I mean? Symbology placed in movies and philosophy placed in kids' movies intentionally. Anyway, let's get this video up. I found shocking occult messages in childhood movies. It's 2 movies. Never Ending Story and Labyrinth, I think he looks at.
Your favorite childhood movies were secretly teaching you occult magic. No, seriously, what if The Never-Ending Story, Labyrinth, and The Dark Crystal weren't just nostalgic fantasy flicks with Muppets, but full-on occult initiation rituals disguised as bedtime stories? You might be thinking, come on, those were just harmless kids movies, right?
I mean, you could see himself in the
Flying
background. He's got occult stuff himself. He does tell you he's an ex-Christian. I don't know why he's ex-Christian, but I guess he's been deceived, obviously. But yeah. And even when you hear him calling him, and this is my one, when he calls he has to, when he finds out he's in the story, and he has to call the young princess a name, and he calls her Moonchild. That's a cult, Moonchild, and that's kind of what I was accused of for Manson because of the moon thing. But anyway, let's do it.
David Bowie in very tight pants, some weird bird lizard things, right? I used to think that too, until I rewatched them as an adult, and it blew my mind. Because
I mean, even what he wears around his neck looks like some kind of star, and maybe not the Baphomet star, but it still looks kind of starry. But I mean, he does seem concerned about these things, but he does say he's an ex-Christian, and he does look like he's into the occult. Maybe he just investigates it. I do not know, but I do know he's an ex-Christian. By his own word. I have watched many of his videos. He's a strange character. Oh, this dude, Motek, he is a strange character, yeah. We've done one of his videos before, and I think I stopped it after a certain length of it because it wasn't edifying. But this is along a different lines. You know, this is just showing occult symbolism in the philosophy in the movies and that. And probably straight out rituals in the movies. You know? Anyway. Kids' movies.
Buried underneath all the puppets are occult symbols, connections to secret society.
His necklace straight away, the guy from Never Ending Story. It's got the snake on there, but it's got a gold one and a black one. Look, that's Masonic colours, but it's got the snake entwined together. It's not just the snake eating its own tail, but it's 2 of them, you know?
References to Aleister Crowley, who's been called the wickedest man in the world, Thelemic magic, alchemical transmutation, initiations, and enough esoteric philosophy to make your Sunday school teacher pass out. But
absolutely, absolutely, I agree with him on that. Enough to make your Sunday school teacher pass out.
Goes further than that, because is it possible one of these films has eerie parallels?
I didn't realize you were here, Jim. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. And not a problem.
To a real occult ritual performed by a...
Yes, absolutely, Baza. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. But he'll tell you here he's an ex-Christian.
A literal rocket scientist, a guy who helped us get to the actual fucking moon, and L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, you know, the guy who founded Scientology. Why is no one talking about this? Were these films seeding occult symbolism?
Why is no one talking about this? What? Are you kidding? Everybody's talking about it. Oh yeah, this one's really live. This one's really live, Terry. I was just talking about you, Terry. I was just talking about Arwen because I come on your stream earlier, and I seen Arwen talking about, someone must have asked him something about God, and he says, "Yeah, I know through logic that there's a creator, that there's a God that made this place, but that's all it means." He said, "That's all it means, that he made this place. What, it doesn't mean that he might want a relationship with us or something like that. It doesn't mean that he wants to know us. It doesn't mean that You know, he just said that, yes, this place is created. I can tell that there's a God, but that's all it means. Yeah, Terry, he's mad. Arwen is mad. It's a good little stream you put up there. I think it's great. I think it's great. Because some of the things Arwen says, I mean, he's not a stupid guy, but some of these things he says, it's terrible. I mean, come on. He schooled Darwin about Christianity. He said he's an expert. He's an expert at the Bible, but then said he hasn't read it. How is he an expert at the Bible? I mean, he will deny that Jesus says he's God in there. Yes, he doesn't come out with the words, I am God, but he tells people he's God. Anyway. But yeah, let's see this real symbology in movies rather than just images on people's YouTube channels that's mistaken as symbology. It's so stupid. I mean, in these movies, it's blatant. It's actually blatant.
Into young minds to brainwash and control us, or was it the exact opposite? Were they actually trying to break you free, to wake you up to a truth the world doesn't want you to remember? That's what we're going to unravel right now, because once you see the real meaning behind these stories, the hidden layers of magic power.
Really? He said that. PJ Owen admitted today that the trolls can keep carrying out their act because he needs someone to talk to. Wow, I'd rather not talk to anybody than talk to the trolls. Why would you want... What, so trolls actually make him feel better? Wow, he must be miserable if trolls make him feel better, because the trolls make me freaking miserable. Oh, no, they make me laugh. But sometimes they just, what the heck's wrong with you guys? Yeah, man, that's mental, Terry.
Or shadow work, soul alchemy, and spiritual rebellion, you won't be able to unsee it. And
the link is in there if anybody wants to come in as well. The link's at the top.
Maybe you're not supposed to, so let's go. My name is Morg. I'm an ex-Christian exposing hidden information to wake the world the hell up, and today we're going to start with the never-ending story.
So he's an ex-Christian that wants to make the world aware of things, okay? But you must have been deceived out of Christianity in the first place, so I'd like to know that story.
Remember that one, right? There's this bullied kid with the book that sucked him into a magical land full of racing snails, rock biters, a luck dragon that looks kind of like your grandma's Shih Tzu, and a childlike empress who needs a new name.
He has to give me a new name.
Just a fantasy flick, right? Wrong. Now, here's a very quick refresher for those who haven't rewatched it since VHS tapes were a thing. Bastion is...
Yeah, I probably haven't seen it since it was on VHS.
This lonely kid dealing with the loss of his mother and school bullies. One day he hides up.
Wasn't he the same kid that was in that movie Daryl? D-A-R-Y-L, and D-A-Y-R-L meant something. It was something like computer technology type thing or computer games. Daryl. I'm sure he was that little kid from Neverending Story. He was in a movie called Daryl as well. D-A-R-Y-L. It was an acronym for something.
In an attic with a very mysterious book called The Never.
Even on the book there, the snakes intertwined. And that's what the other guy, I can't remember his name, the one that's in the story, with the hero kind of the book. He's got the same round his neck. Now, that's the snake eating its own tail, but that's two of them. Yeah, same kid, Derek, is it? Hey, good to see you, Derek. I thought it was. So, yeah, I'm saying, Derek, I'm showing real symbology from kids' movies and that, not just alleged symbology on people's YouTube accounts, not just alleged symbology that's actually just images on people's accounts. This is real symbology, real esoteric philosophy, Luciferian philosophy. What's his name? Aleister Crowley type philosophy in there as well, as in do what thou wilt. But it's not in them words. It's more like dream what that do what thou do what you will dream, something like that, along that lines. But it's along the same philosophy as do what thou wilt, and the symbology is there, not just an I, a letter I on someone's channel with a flame above it, meaning illuminated eye. Silly. It's silly, or just a Sandro taking a picture of his own eye. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is real stuff happening in movies. You know what I mean? Real symbology.
Ending story. As he reads it, we follow the adventures of a warrior named Atreyu, who's on a mission to save Fantasia from an evil force called...
Derek, the guy's channel is called Motec. He's an ex-Christian. He looks like he's in the cult himself, but he says he's an ex-Christian anyway. Don't know why ex, but he is ex.
The Nothing.
He is our only hope. His name is Atreyu.
The twist is that Bastian slowly realizes that he's part of the story, and the only way to save Fantasia is to give the Empress a new name and rebuild the world through the
I mean, because look, he's got occult symbology in his own room, so he obviously knows a lot about it.
power of his wishes.
Atreyu.
But what if I told you this film was actually a coded initiation through Hermetic magic, spiritual warfare, and literal Crowleyan occultism, and it all...
I would tend to believe you. 100%. Hey, IWNT. Good to see you, bro. Absolutely, because they do put these things in movies. 100%. It's Hollywood.
All starts with a symbol you probably just thought was just a cool necklace. Remember the magical amulet called Orin?
And it's also in black and gold, as well as a snake eating its own tail. But it's two snakes intertwined, eating their own tails.
That Atreyu wears? Two snakes, one light, one dark, intertwined in an endless loop. Now, as a kid, you probably just thought, oh, cool necklace, but it's way more than that because that symbol is a double Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is one of the oldest mystical symbols in existence. It represents eternity, cyclical rebirth, and the fusion of opposites. It's everything and nothing, birth and death, destruction and creation, all wrapped.
All in one. Snake eating its own tail forever and ever. You know, round and round and round. It could represent reincarnation, stuff like that. You know, all stuff that's not of scripture, that's not of God, should I say.
Into one. It's been used by alchemists, hermeticists, Gnostics, you name it, as the symbol of ultimate transformation. Now, in the Never-Ending Story, they don't just use one Ouroboros, they use two interlocking snakes, one dark, one light, reflecting each other, duality mirroring unity. Coincidence? Hell no. See, the Never-Ending...
I completely agree with him, man. Duality reflecting unity, 100%. 100%.
Story is based on a German book, and Michael Ende, the author, was playing with some very serious esoteric fire. But it gets better. I bet you didn't know that there was a secret on the back of the Orin. Now, you wouldn't know this.
On the back of it, on the back of this necklace, it basically says, do what thou wilt. Do what thou wilt.
Unless you read the book, but if you flip Orin over, you find something written on the back. The English translation of the book says, do what you wish. Now, the director of
Do what you wish, yeah? Does that sound like some kind of baldy guy back in the, I don't know, 40s, 50s, and 60s? Name began with A. Last name, Ozzy sang about him. You know, does that not remind you on his kind of philosophy? Do what thou wilt. Do what you wish. Yeah? Unindoctrinated. Good to see you. Good to see you.
the film, Wolfgang Peterson, he wanted to soften it even more and tried to make it say, do what you dream. But
do what you dream, to soften it even more. But they didn't soften it. They pretty much left it. You know? The classic satanic motto. Exactly, Derek. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Here's where it gets mind-blowing. That inscription was originally written in German, and it doesn't say, do what you wish. It says, tu was du willst, which translates more...
Tu was du willst. Now, what is that? Let's do what thou wilt. It's simple. That's what it is.
More accurately to do what thou wilt. Wait, hold on. Now, where have we heard that before? Oh, right. That's the central law of an actual occult religion. Enter Aleister Crowley, the man dubbed the wickedest man in the world.
I mean, and just look into his eyes. He was someone that was dabbling way too much in the demonic. You know, I mean, I don't know what, did he think that Satan actually loved him, that he's going to have a party for him when he dies? I don't know. It's weird. But he did anything he could to try and conjure demons, to get to them, inhabit him and his cronies, you know? Sex magic, drugs, sex magic, you know? Like I said, his very last, what I remember, his very last entry before he died into his diary was, and it shows where his mind was at, was weak erection. Now, just before you die, I mean, to say something like weak erection, why would you be bothered about your bloody manhood when you're about to die? But that was his last entry, weak erection. You know? Yes, exactly, Jeff. Exactly, Jeff. But what I'm doing is I'm showing that real symbology in movies rather than just alleged symbology from images on people's YouTube channels. You know, this is real stuff on here being put into movies, as opposed to us being blamed for it by other like allegedly like-minded people. You know. Anyway, let's carry on.
Founder of a religion called
There you go.
Thelema and proud member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the secret society that birthed half of Western occult tradition. All right, you ready for things to get absolutely crazy here? Because Crowley claimed he channeled a non-human intelligence named Ivas, who dictated to him the Book of the Law, which is...
And that would have been demonic, 100%. I mean, I dare say that happened. I mean, he's obviously Aleister Crowley, and he'd be a deceiver and a liar. But I believe him on this, that he did this, because that's what they were. That's what they do. You know, I mean, if only they realized what, like, do you think, like I said, do you think Satan is going to love you when you die? Do you think Satan's sitting there waiting for you to come into his arms openly and hug you up and say, "Oh, I love you, my child"? You know what I mean? No, he's not. He wants to torture you. He wants to kill you. You know, he doesn't want anything good for you. So why do you worship him? He doesn't want anything good for you. Because you're deceived. I know. My bad. But there it goes.
The sacred scripture of Thelema. In fact, this book is so fiery, it tells the reader to destroy it after reading. Obviously, I didn't follow the rules. And guess what the book...
I mean, that's got to be it would be a good idea not to read it at all. But I mean, if you did, then get rid of the bloody thing, yeah, so nobody else could read it. But yeah, that's probably not why he was saying it. It was probably some kind of spooky tale on it, you know what I mean, to make it more esoterically scary for people, I suppose, or this small group of people. God's head.
says, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Yeah, that line. The exact...
Well, in my scripture, that is not the whole of the law. In fact, that is not even one of the laws. In fact, that is totally opposite of anything that the law would stand for.
line is engraved into the soul of Thelema, the occult religion birthed by Aleister Crowley, and now it's on the back of the Orin in a children's book. Coincidence? Hell no. Now see, modern Satanists, edgy teenagers, and half of Tumblr often twist "do what thou wilt" into meaning do whatever you want, follow your pleasure, do what feels good, the occult version of YOLO. So it's a never-ending story telling...
Yeah, but when you say it like that, when you're just saying follow your dreams, I mean, it's not exactly as do what thou wilt, because do what thou wilt is not finished yet. It says do what thou wilt will be the whole of the law. So they forget about that bit. They just say do what thou wilt. Oh yeah, it just sounds like, yeah, follow your dreams, you know, like, you know what I mean? Go for what's in your heart's desire, what God puts there and all that stuff. No, you're forgetting about the rest of it. That will be the whole of the law. That means gratify yourself. Do whatever you want. It doesn't matter, you know. Go kill, go rape, go do this, go do that, you know, that kind of stuff. Do whatever makes you feel good. Disgusting.
Kids to become hedonistic Satanists? Definitely not, because that's not...
Well, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Hedonism, right there. Self-gratification, all about yourself, you know, hedonism.
What Crowley meant at all, and it's not what Michael Ende meant either. See, Crowley's actual teaching is that do what thou wilt isn't about indulgence, it's about discovering your true will, your divine purpose.
I remember I remember do what thou wilt. Mine was I remember do what thou wilt. But I suppose people might have said do as. It could be an ME. I don't know. Undoctrinated, it's a possibility. I remember do what thou wilt. But I suppose if you say do as thou wilt, it just says much and such, isn't it? Exactly, Derek, 100%. People doing what they want instead of what God wants has been the part of the problem since the beginning of Follow Man. Exactly. I mean, look at Sodom and Gomorrah. Were they the men and the women in Sodom and Gomorrah that wanted to sleep with angels, all that kind of stuff? Were they not hedonistic? They were all about self-gratification, just doing what pleasured them. I'll sleep with you, and I'll sleep with you, and you and you and you, and I'll eat this and that and that and that and whatever, and I'll just make whatever makes my flesh feel brilliant. You know, totally the opposite of what God would expect and want.
Your soul's literal reason for existing. Not do whatever you want, but what your essence came here to do. And what does Michael Enda say about all this? He literally confirms it directly. Here's a quote from Enda himself. Do what you dream. This inscription is really the opposite of what the message of my book means. The sentence, tu was du willst, originally came from English, namely by the writer Aleister Crowley. And
Exactly, because saying like follow your dreams, that's fine. Because who can put your dreams in there? God can put dreams in your heart to follow. That's not do what thou wilt. That will be the whole of law. Following your dreams is completely different. But that's how they try and disguise it. They always forget about is that will be the whole of the law. You know? Following your dreams that God might have given you is different from doing what you want.
it says, do what thou wilt.
But
All right, that's not speculation.
It
That's the author saying it came from Crowley. And just in case you thought maybe he was unfamiliar with the source, no, Ende was into mysticism and reportedly even owned Thelemic material, including Crowley's works. This was very much deliberate, and it gets even crazier because people love to misinterpret that phrase, and guess what? So does Bastian in the book. See, in the book, Bastian misunderstands the inscription, kind of like everyone else. He thinks it means he can do whatever he wants, indulge his whims, wish for power and vanity and control. In the book, there's a lion called Grogramen, a symbol of higher wisdom.
Well, that's exactly how Crowley meant it, to be honest.
And he literally gets pissed at Bastian for thinking it means do what you want. And Michael Ende lays it all out crystal clear. The do what you dream is the wrong interpretation. It is precisely this error Bastian is subject to and why he cannot find his way back from Fantastica. He also thinks at first that it's about doing what he wishes, longs for, wants to do. The lion Grogramen gets angry when Bastian tells him this interpretation. To find one's true will does not at all mean doing what one wants. All right. Whoa, hold on right there, because he just dropped another occult theme central to Thelema. Find one's true will?
I don't, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It might as well be, I think. I think his neckline is meant to look like a star of some sort, maybe. You know, if you look at his neckline, it's meant to look like a star, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, he does tend to wear this on YouTube videos. I've seen him. We did one more video on him before, but I stopped it before the end, because the topic and all that, and it wasn't kind of edifying. But this is a different topic, you know what I mean? Done for a reason. I don't use him a lot because, like I say, he's an ex-Christian. He says that he's an ex-Christian, and I'm just wondering why he's an ex-Christian. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. But if you look at the bottom part, it's definitely meant to look like a star. I think anyway.
Well, what's the true will? Michael Ende writes that it's your own deepest secret and you yourself don't know it. See, one of the core purposes of Thelema is to discover your true will. Aleister Crowley wrote, a man who is doing his true will has the inertia of the universe to assist him. And want to know something even?
The inertia of the universe to assist him. The inertia of the universe to assist him. Something that's inert is not moving. I mean, does that even make sense? I mean, you can't ask the universe for anything. All this new kind of stuff like Jake Paul does, he asks the universe for things and it happens. I mean, why would you think the universe is conscious? You would surely need someone to make a universe. Not that there's a heliocentric universe out there. I'm talking about what we're in, you know? But it's just ridiculous, man. It's beyond a joke. Yeah, well, I kind of agree with you like that. So, like him saying he's an ex-Christian, he was probably maybe never a Christian in the first place. He probably grew up a Christian, maybe like his dad was a pastor or something and grew up in Christianity and never actually made the decision himself. You know, I get what you're saying, Thomas, but that's what he proclaims anyway, you know. But I get you, man. I get you. And good to see you, dude. Good to see you.
More shocking, Michael Ende hated the movie. He was so angry about the changes to his story, including the way this core teaching was flattened or misunderstood, that he actually sued the producers and tried to shut down the film's release. He even demanded that his name be removed from the opening credits. But the movie left just enough of his original message in place that the occult initiation is still visible if you know what to look for. But if you thought that was crazy, buckle up, because what comes next makes everything else look like Sesame Street. See, at the end of the never-ending story, there's this very climactic moment where lightning is crashing.
Oh, and he shouts out, he calls him Moonchild, doesn't he? Is it Moonchild? Something like that?
The world's falling apart, Fantasia's literally dying, and Bastian is told the only way to save it is to give the Empress a new name.
Call my name.
Now, doesn't that seem kind of strange? Well, what does he do? He runs to the window and screams something into the storm. And every kid watching went, wait, what did he just say? Because the audio is very garbled.
I think it is Moonchild. Something like that.
It's unclear. But what he actually said is in the script and in the book. He shouts, Moonchild. I'm sorry,
yeah.
what? Why on earth would a grieving little boy name the savior of a collapsing fantasy realm Moonchild? Well, here's the shocker. Because Moonchild is the name of a 1923 occult novel written by, you guessed
Aleister Crowley, of course, no doubt.
it, Aleister Crowley. And in Crowley's story, a Moonchild is a magical being prophesied to be born from a spiritual war, a literal divine avatar.
So people are writing these films, directing these films and all that with their philosophy that they've got off like Aleister Crowley or whatever in mind, you know, to put a message in there. And it's in kids' movie. And this is kids' movies that people loved when I was a kid, you know, sitting there watching a kid flying on the back of a dragon dog, whatever you want to call it. You know, I mean, blatant, isn't it? Isn't it mad that we don't even recognize it as kids? But it's surely there. It's surely there and in your subconscious all this time. Let's not be so stereotypical.
Meant to usher in a new eon, which is a new phase of reality. We're not talking special girl with sparkles, we're talking full-blown magical messiah territory. So when Bastian names the Empress Moonchild, he's not just
magical messiah. I'm sorry, my messiah was never magical. My messiah is definitely not magical. He's all-powerful. He's almighty, all-knowing, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, ubiquitous, but not that.
just picking a cute name. He's reenacting the symbolic rebirth of the divine feminine through a magical word to save the universe. And yeah, that name is dripping in a
Elon Musk got a half moon scar on his face. Maybe that was intentional.
Occult significance. The moon represents the subconscious, the divine feminine, the dream realm, intuition, cycles, initiation.
That's exactly what Hansen said about this when he was on about me being a fake Christian, whatever he was saying about that. He's on about the divine feminine and the moon representation, all that. It's just because of a few bloody pics on YouTube, images, you know.
So what?
I mean, anything out there nowadays, I mean, you can use image-wise and it'd be linked to symbology somewhat, somewhere, occult symbology somewhere. You know what I mean? It's nuts. It's nuts.
the hell is all this doing in a children's movie? But wait, because it gets so much weirder, because guess what? Moonchild isn't just the title of Crowley's book, it's also the centerpiece of one of the most insane real-life occult rituals ever recorded, the Babylon Working. All right, let me explain this madness. In 1946, in the goddamn Mojave Desert, a rocket scientist named Jack Parsons, yes, a literal rocket...
Now, just because you're an ex-Christian, less of the goddamn business, boy.
Rocket scientist who, get this, was partly responsible for us getting to the moon and even has a crater on there named after him. So he teamed up with...
Nobody was responsible for us going to the moon, because nobody has gone to the moon, because nobody can go to the moon.
With L. Ron Hubbard, yeah, the founder of Scientology, and said, you know what would be fun? A full-blown magic ritual to summon the gods.
Well, I don't know about control, but that's how they talk, isn't it? So I suppose you could say that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Babylon and manifest a moon child into the world. I mean, seriously, think about this. The guy...
That's true. They love trans living Baphomet symbols. That's right. That's right. Especially with today's kind of narrative and, you know, agenda. Yeah, that's right. The prophet, yeah, that's right. Of course, Thomas did it. Yeah, the prophet Jeremiah said they would seek worship the sun and moon. Yeah, it's idols again, idols, false gods. I mean, how can the sun be a god? Come on.
Who helped invent rocket fuel, who literally helped us get to the moon, tried to conjure a divine feminine messiah.
Nobody literally helped us get to the moon.
Using Thelemic rituals with the man who would later start the world's most litigious UFO-themed religion. This actually happened, like historically documented. They were trying to manifest...
Documented, but didn't happen.
The goddess through ritual to create a moonchild, a being that would reshape humanity. And here's the kicker. Even Aleister Crowley, the guy who invented this stuff, thought they were totally crazy. He literally wrote, apparently Parsons or Hubbard...
But Aleister Crowley thought people were crazy. I mean, that would be hypocritical coming from him.
Or somebody is producing a moonchild. I get fairly frantic when I contemplate the idiocy of these goats. Yeah, so here the wickedest man in the world looked at his own magic...
Yeah, but yeah, look at his own stuff and then call him as stupid as goats. That's pride. That's pride. That shows how much pride that man had.
Fanboys and went, yeah, this is too much. But did Parsons stop? Of course not. He went full-blown chaos wizard, and L. Ron Hubbard, surprise, surprise, scammed him.
I don't. What's that? No, he hasn't got black eyes. No. That looks to me like he's got green eyes, greeny blue eyes. Just can't see it very well. No, he hasn't got black eyes. Maybe greeny blue hazel, but nah, he hasn't. He hasn't got black eyes. No. I hate the GD word and the HS word. I'm not sure what. What's that? We've been over and over this, PJ, with your streams about scripture and your opening, love thy neighbor and all the God talk you do. Clearly not a Christian. Oh yeah, of course, I'm clearly not a Christian. Clearly, obviously not. Obviously not. Yeah, absolutely not. That's not a denial, Christ. That's not a denial. He knows that. He knows that. I'm not sure what you mean by GD word and HS word, Thomas. GD. I'm sure it's quite obvious. And I probably haven't worked that out for some reason.
And off with his girlfriend and his money, and later started a billion-dollar religion that now won't stop emailing Tom Cruise. But nonetheless, think how crazy it is.
If you never had his voice, if you'd never had this guy's voice, I would definitely think, oh, if you never had his voice, you thought he was a woman, right? I thought you meant if you hadn't seen him, but just heard them, you would have thought he was a woman. I was going to say, I didn't think he sounds like a woman, but yeah, he certainly looks like a woman to a certain degree. But I don't think he's got a womanly jaw in that. But yeah, he's definitely got womanly kind of hair. He's definitely got, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
The literal name Moonchild, shouted by a kid to save the universe in the never-ending story, was first invoked by occultists trying to manifest a spiritual avatar of the divine feminine to transform the world. A real-world Moonchild ritual was performed by a man who helped take us to the moon, and as if the story wasn't insane enough, guess how Jack Parsons died? He exploded. Seriously, the guy literally blew up in his own home in 1952 when working with explosive chemicals. They say it was an accident, but others speculate that powerful people wanted him gone. But there's another secret here, because in Thelema, Crowley wrote that we were entering a new phase of existence called the Eon of...
I think of that pastor, his name is like Southern. I'm sub to him, and he always talks about the divine feminine and that he did videos on it called the Third Adam and stuff like that. Spencer Smith, is it Spencer Smith? Might be Spencer Smith, but he talks about that. He did videos called the divine, about Third Adam. Talks about the divine feminine and all that. Don't know if you guys know him. Spencer Smith. I think it's Spencer Smith. I'll get his link just to see if you guys would be into him. I think he's okay. I don't watch him loads, but I think he's okay, and he does definitely make us. He's a big YouTube channel though. He's a big Christian YouTube channel, so I think it's Spencer Smith. Anyway, I'll check it. I'll check.
Horus, aka the age of the crowned and conquering child, a divine archetype of the sovereign self, unchained from external authority, not bound by dogma or old religion. The child who rules by self-determination. Crowley wrote, "For the whole universe and all that in it is, what is it but the infinite playground of the crowned and conquering child, of the insatiable, the innocent, the ever-rejoicing heir of space and eternity." So think about this. Is it a coincidence that the savior of Fantasia is literally called the childlike empress, whose name ushers in a new phase of existence in Fantasia, which is the infinite playground of human imagination? Because the core message of the never-ending story...
Right. I just want to know, see if you guys know. Spencer Smith, this is who I'm on about. Christian guy, Southern kind of Baptist, I think, possibly. But he talks about the divine feminine and stuff like that. He's done videos called, he's got 229,000 subs, so he's quite big. Third Adam, stuff like that. He's got, he's actually got things in Never Ending Story here. Look. So yeah, whoa, wow. I should have used his video. Never mind. But yeah, this is Spencer Smith. I don't know if you guys know him, but I think he's all right. I'll give you his link just in case you're not sub to him. See what you think. I think he's truthful enough. He might have some doctrines we don't agree on. I don't know. We find that with a lot of us, though. We haven't all got it perfect. But yeah, I'll give you this link, guys, just in case. Hey, Sonny Shine, good to see you. But that's Spencer Smith, just in case you just want to have a look at him. But he talks about filthy language, right, Thomas? Got you. Yeah, the GD. I get it now. GD. I said it earlier. Yeah, the God DAMN thing. I get you.
Is this: imagination creates reality, period. This isn't just about reading books or believing in yourself. This is a coded crash course in occult manifestation magic. And what is magic? Aleister Crowley defined it like this: magic is the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will.
Science. What's science got to do with magic? Science is about natural cause and effect. What do you mean? What? What's got to do with science and magic? This is wow. Hold on. It's not. So what? Okay, sorry. I was looking at something on my phone.
And that's exactly what happens in the movie. Fantasia is literally powered by human dreams. It exists because people imagine it. And the terrifying force that's consuming it, it's called...
It exists because people imagine it. That sounds dangerous. You know? I mean, I know people might not think much of it, but I kind of do. Like, some kids, I never had one. Like, some kids have imaginary friends, stuff like that. I never ever had one. And I don't know any kids that did have one. But I do believe kids who do have imaginary friends, it happens. But I do also think that sometimes that could, not all the time, but I do think imaginary friends could be demons. Actually, could be demons trying to lead them astray. Possibly. You know, that's just a thought of mine. Obviously, it's not just my thought. Other people have obviously thought it before. But I kind of think there's truth to that. I'm not saying all imaginary friends are demonic. I'm just thinking that, you know, it's not always good.
The nothing. As one character says, people have begun to lose their hopes and forget their dreams, so the nothing grows stronger. The nothing is what happens when the human spirit collapses, when imagination dies, when the creative spark is totally snuffed out, and here's where it gets dangerously powerful, because the only...
Yeah, witchcraft. Absolutely. Witchcraft. I get you. With the rocket science. Witchcraft. Absolutely. John O'Bro, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man.
person who can stop the nothing is a child in the real world.
He simply can't imagine that one little boy could be that important.
See, at the end of the film, after everything's been destroyed, the Empress, now reborn as...
Simply couldn't imagine that one little boy could be that important. Oh, little boys are that important. Oh, little children are that important. All people are that important. God doesn't want anyone to perish, so everybody's important.
As Moonchild, yeah, we're still not over that one, she gives Bastion a single grain of sand, the last fragment of the universe, and she tells him, Fantasia can rise anew from your dreams and wishes, Bastion.
Fantasia can
Now,
rise and...
when you're a kid listening to this and watching this, it all sounds, oh, wow, it's amazing. It really does sound childlike and fantastical. And you don't realize that evil intention behind it till you're older. I'm glad that God protects us, even when we're kids, you know, when we don't know much about him and stuff. So, you know, thank the Lord for his grace and his mercy.
You, from your dreams and wishes, Bastion.
She says he can have as many wishes as he wants, and that the more wishes you make, the more magnificent Fantasia will become.
And the more wishes you make, the more magnificent Fantasia will become.
All right, think about that. This kid's will and imagination literally rebuilds the universe. That is straight up Hermetic creation magic. The never-ending story echoes the principle, as above, so below, as within, so without, which means the...
You were talking about this the other day, Derek, as above, so below, with Janusz. Janusz put it into terms of his belief when it comes to the mark of the beast and that, and he said, as above, so below. And I thought to myself, I mean, yes, I know we say that, but it's not a biblical teaching. It's not a biblical teaching. Even though I've seen some Christian ministries not using the as above, so below symbology. But yeah, I remember, I wonder why Janusz uses that towards his thoughts towards the mark of the beast, because it's not a scriptural thing. I'm glad you caught that the other day, actually. Anyway.
The inner...
Yeah, PJ. Yeah. PJ, lots of people think that phrase is in the Bible, and it isn't. I was surprised myself years ago. Yeah, me too, because, I mean, like I say, I've seen lots of Christian ministries using as above, so below kind of symbologies. I remember one, can't remember who it was, it's got like a tree above the ground, but then under the ground, you could see the roots, but it shapes into another tree. You know what I mean? Kind of as above, so below. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that not that the words weren't there, but the meaning of as above, so below, or even if it was similar to it. But yeah, no, it's not there. It's not there.
world, mind and spirit, can shape the outer material world. In fact,
You know, before I ever read the Bible, I had the quote when I first came to Christianity. Well, not when I first came, but when I actually gave my life. Like, I came to Christianity when I was about 18, but I gave my life probably when I was 27 when I went to rehab. I remember someone gave me the Footprints in the Sand poem. And I remember reading that and thinking, that's amazing. And I was looking for it. I was, where the heck is this in the Bible? I can't find it. I thought Footprints in the Sand was scriptural. I thought it was in the Bible. Amazing poem, but it's not in the Bible. I thought it was before I ever read the Bible. But amazing poem, Footprints. Love it.
as above, so below is embedded within the Orin itself. The light and dark serpents represent the intertwining of the human world and the world of Fantasia, or the outer and the inner. Now, I want you to do something.
That's got more than one meaning there. That's as above, so below. You know, a mixing of demonic and people. You know, us. It's got the symbology of snake eating its own tail. Also, you know, the whole circle of things. Reincarnation, stuff like that, all different things in there. It's crazy, nuts.
Right now, I want you to look around you at your chair, your phone, the screen that you're staring at, and really think about how all of it started as an idea in someone's imagination. Everything physical that you interact with was once an idea in someone's head. Every physical piece of technology or work of art or music or whatever was once in.
Yeah, it is. It's an Ouroboros. Yeah, it's a double Ouroboros. That's exactly what it is. Double Ouroboros. Absolutely. Absolutely. I forget the names. He did say Ouroboros earlier.
An idea. So don't tell me that imagination isn't real, because it's the most powerful force in existence.
And my first wish is...
So when Bastian starts making wishes, he literally imagines a new reality into existence, one wish at a time. Now, in the book, every wish he makes costs him a memory of the real world. And that's a whole other layer, which is about don't get lost in fantasy or you'll forget reality. But the message remains. Our true will and imagination can literally shape reality if we have the courage and...
Jonas's rehab is rehearsal for tribulation. Well, I went for a year and a half, bro. I've been twice long-term to rehab. Once for a year and a half and once for 8 months. I needed it, though. I needed it. I needed to be away. It wasn't just a case of getting detoxed. That when I got over my withdrawal, it was more like Bible college to me. I mean, the teaching I got and there was, it was Pentecostal, but the biblical teaching I got was great. You know what I mean? That's where my foundations of it is from, sort of thing. So yes, it was in Pentecostalism, wrong type of Christianity, but it still gave me my basis for it. You know. Still give me my basis for it. And not everybody in there was Pentecostal, but it tends to lean that way, you know. Teen Challenge. It originally was made, it was founded by David Wilkerson. If you've ever heard the Cross and the Switchblade with Nicky Cruz and all that kind of thing, the story of the Cross and the Switchblade, and David Wilkerson, the pastor, sort of thing. He founded it. Originally for gangs in New York back in the 50s. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the Falco, the Luck Dragon. Yeah, the one he's riding. Yeah.
Wisdom to use it right. It's basically telling us that we're all magicians at heart, co-creating the world with our thoughts and will. And the movie doesn't even try to hide the stakes. It straight up reveals a full-blown...
So we are gods. Yeah, all that kind of garbage.
Occult war happening right now between our power to set ourselves free versus the forces that want to control us. In one of the most terrifying exchanges, the wolf-like villain called Gamork confronts Atreyu and basically monologues about his evil plan. Gamork says, "I am the servant of the power behind the nothing." In the book, it's revealed he works for mysterious beings called the...
For what? Oh no, glory to God, John. Glory to God, man. Bless you, dude.
Manipulators. And why help the nothing? Gamork says, because people who have no hopes are easy to control, and whoever has the control has the power. Seriously, a wolf in a so-called kids movie just laid out the entire blueprint for authoritarian control,
and a wolf as well, you know. Scripturally, I mean, come on, what are wolves? Deceitful, you know what I mean? Wolves in sheep clothing, all that kind of things. When you hear about wolves in scripture, it's not usually good.
fascism and spiritual enslavement. And most of us never noticed. But as adults, that line should hit like a freight train. People who have no hopes are easy to control. This is the real occult war being revealed in plain sight, right there in a kid's film. Because on
what do you mean, Tibet? Just before the convid, I met Falkar, the luck dragon, in your hostel room. It formed an Ouroboros. What do you mean you met it? You met Falkar? You had a vision of it, or what do you mean? Are you? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean. But it formed that. Wow.
one side, you have those who want you to awaken, to discover your true will, to create, to imagine, to manifest dreams into reality, to become what you really are. But on the other side, you have the people who want your mind empty. They want you passive, docile, distracted, numbed by entertainment, paralyzed by fear, buried under mountains of propaganda, drowning.
Oh, I had an extension cord that looks like a rattlesnake and it bit itself. Oh, I get you. Got you.
In self-doubt and starved of meaning. They don't want you dreaming. They want you scrolling, consuming, obeying, forgetting. They want your inner fire totally snuffed out into nothing so they can rule over the ashes.
Attack! Fight against the sadness vortex!
Gmork is revealing a psyop in Wolf's clothing. Watch the news, watch the ads, watch how fear
It unplugged itself. Wow. Dude, that's mental. That's nuts. That's crazy. Literally. Mental, the things that happen in our world, man.
and apathy are literally weaponized here. And if you're not careful, you become part of the nothing too. A walking ghost, alive but empty, easy to control, floating through a world you've been told not to question. In the book, when the inhabitants fall in
a vessel for demons, so to speak, I would say. If you're if you're empty, a shell, nothing in you. That's how you learned about Ouroboros. Before I didn't know what it was. I was generally shocked, didn't know how to make sense of it. Wow, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And scary, but at the same time good, because it made you aware of these kind of things. You know, it's tripping, isn't it? Absolutely, man.
Into the nothing, they become lies in the human world. The never-ending story wasn't warning us about losing Fantasia. It was warning us about losing ourselves, and the wolf told you how it's done. Gmork is the dark force that wants us all to give up and become nothing so that we can become dominated and sold on lies. Atreyu, to his credit, faces that demon, and in the movie slays the beast, and symbolically he overcomes fear and nihilism with courage.
I'd rather die fighting! Come for me, Gmork!
The inner wolf is defeated, pretty heavy stuff. But as kids, we just thought, hey, a scary wolf dies, yay. But there's one moment, and it didn't really hit me until I watched this movie again as an adult. And that's the moment when Bastian realizes that he's not just reading the story, that he's...
Dude, I know that feeling when your heart feels like it's coming out of your chest. When I had my first panic attack, when I was 9 years ago, my first panic attack. I mean, my sister had been having it since she was 15. She doesn't get so much now. But my first one was when I was 40. And dude, I was that scared. I don't want to go to hospital for things. I mean, when I break my fingers, I don't go to hospital or anything like that. I've got buckled fingers because I ain't been to hospital when I break my fingers. Not because they don't do anything. When you break your fingers, they just buddy them up to the next one. So I can do that myself. They don't reset your fingers anymore unless it's really bad. What is this creator, Brenda's friend? You'd think so, LJ, wouldn't you? He looks like it. he says he's an ex-Christian, but he's talking about the symbolism, the actual occult symbolism that's in movies like Never-Ending Story and that. And I thought I'd show it because there's a lot of people going around just saying, oh, yeah. Instead of accusing people for having symbolism on their YouTube channels, like, when it's just a bloody image of something like a moon or a sun or an image of an eye with a flame on top of it, and it's being called an illuminated eye. Stupid. You know what I mean? So this is real symbology in movies being shown, hidden in plain sight sort of thing, and philosophy and stuff like that, rather than us looking at someone's YouTube channel and saying, oh, look, there you go. They're Illuminati confirmed because they've got an eye for an avatar. You know what I mean? Bless you, man. Good to see you, LJ. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Tarek, man. And I know how bad that feels. And when I had my first panic attack, and like I say, I put myself in the hospital when I had my first panic attack, and I hate hospitals. I just don't go in. Like I say, I don't go in when I break my fingers or anything. But I put myself in there, and when I come out, I was so aware of my heartbeat for 2 weeks afterwards. Every single heartbeat I knew about for 2 weeks afterwards. I was so aware of my heart, so aware. After me feeling like it was coming out of my chest, I was so aware for 2 weeks afterwards that because I was so aware of it that my heart started to beat faster because I was aware of it, because I was scaring myself. You know what I mean? It was weird. All I could think about, I even stopped smoking joints and that for 2 weeks because I was so aware of my heartbeat. I was scared to take a drag of a cigarette even in case it sped my heart up. And I even stopped drinking coffee. I was so aware of my heart, man. So I know that feeling. Yeah. I found it hard to calm myself when I had my panic attack, though. Really did, because I'd never felt anything like it before. I don't get them anymore. I think the last one I had is when I was coming off crack, when I started going with Vicky, and she kind of calmed me down. You know what I mean?
In the story.
Is it really me?
And then the Empress turns to the camera and breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, it was an empty part of my hostel. The only thing I had was keys. No one could have entered. No, absolutely, dude. If that happened, I believe you, man. You don't even try to have to justify it. I know these things happen. Look, we're living in a world that's influenced by demons. Absolutely, these things happen. Hey, Sandley, Banana, Cam, Removals. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
And says, just as he is sharing your adventures, others are sharing his. The movie was telling us, not Bastion, us, that we're part of the story too. Now, I gotta be honest, when I rewatched this as an adult, I was high as fuck, and this part blew my mind. That's not just Deadpool breaking the fourth wall for lols. This is the principle of reflection, of the one mind manifesting through all layers of reality. That moment is the film handing you a mirror and saying, wake the
I mean, he might be like whatever, but he's right about this. I mean, it's what I could see. He's definitely right about this. So I dare say he studied that a lot. He's probably a little bit into it. And like I say, he says he's an ex-Christian, so I dare say he's leaning towards Luciferianism. I don't know, unless he's just making people aware of it, and he's just a fashion statement of some sort. I don't know, but I would say he's into something, especially if he's saying he's an ex-Christian. You know, but he's certainly right about this. Took place in our house 2014, so this is why I quickly calmed down. Got you. No, I get you a bit. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, totally know that these things happen, man. Totally know. If you tell someone that story and they say, shut up, man, you're full of crap, then they're just closed-minded. You know?
the hell up. You're not outside the story. You are it. You're literally in the story right now. Now here's where you just need to pause for a second and appreciate how absolutely crazy all this is. In the middle of the Reagan era, where parents were losing their damn minds over Dungeons and Dragons, we were...
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that could be like Satan try to steer you on the wrong path. You know what I mean? You know, like, we get attacked, man. It happens.
Out here watching a movie that had Aleister Crowley and occult philosophy baked right into it. Why? Because it was wrapped in fantasy. It had flying dragons, glittery empresses, and sad boys and addicts. And honestly, it's brilliant. See, I was raised in a very strict Christian household, and if they knew all these...
There you go. There you go. That's why he's an ex-Christian, because he was raised in a very strict Christian household. He didn't make the choice for himself. That's why. It was probably pushed on him. That's why he's rebelling against it. So he's, by the way he's talking, he is making this aware because he just said, and it's good. No, it's not good if it's in a kid's movie. Not good at all.
Connections were there. There's no way in hell I would have been allowed to watch it. But it slipped through the control systems. As a kid, I was obsessed with this movie. I had
That was his point. Okay.
the VHS on repeat.
But it's not
In fact,
good.
even today, it's my all-time favorite movie. And look, this film is absolutely littered with occult symbolism. We didn't even touch the scene that traumatized an entire generation, you know, the one with Artax in the Swamp of Sadness, depression as an existential death trap, or how about when the hero literally confronts his true self at the mirror in the Southern Oracle, like a full-blown mystical initiation
Duality type stuff, man. Crazy. PG Growing, I forgot about Effie. I knew it was when I was 13, but then at 18 again, I got it and never quit. Fair play, bro. Fair play. So how old are you now, Terry? How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
ceremony. And there's so much more, but we gotta move on because The Neverending Story was not the only kids movie with occult themes.
I think he goes into the Labyrinth next. Now, I didn't see any of the Labyrinth one. I seen like about 5 minutes at the start of this one. That's kind of why I knew he knew about Do What Thou Wilt was in that movie on that back of the medallion. Crazy. You know what I mean? Aleister Crowley, philosophy, and all over the place. Tom 20, is that all you want to it? Only 24, bro. Wow, because I've seen you around for a while. I thought you were a little older. Because I've seen you around for a little while now. I thought you would. I just gathered you were a little bit older. Isn't that mad? Because it says in my. That's weird. Because it says in my analytics that I've got no subscribers under 25. You must be one of the only ones. Yeah, no, I would have thought you were older. But yeah, on my analytics, it says I've got nobody under 25. You must be the only one. Oh, no, you're not. You're not. Jaden's 23. Jaden's 23. NWO Slayer. Weird. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Hiding in plain sight because what comes next is a Jim Henson classic that's basically alchemical magic with puppets.
Labyrinth was Jim Henson. Of course it would be with the puppets and that. But I didn't even think that. I didn't even know that Labyrinth was done by Jim Henson. But it makes sense since he did the Muppets.
Let's talk about The Dark Crystal. All right, if you thought the occult references...
Yeah, they had, I'm sure they on that, wow. They were standing around bloody the Zodiac then, weren't they? Something like that.
And The Neverending Story were crazy. Get ready for this, because The Dark Crystal is a full-blown mystical allegory wearing a puppet mask. Now, if you haven't seen it since childhood or ever, get ready for this. I'm going to give you a quick review of this kids movie.
I mean, I like David Bowie, but he's in it. But even he was into like Aleister Crowley, Luciferianism type stuff. You know, they all that, you know, back then. Paul McCartney, the Beatles and all that. Wow, people might say they weren't, but they were. I mean, come on, it was all over their album covers. Now, I was thinking about, for a fun one, doing the Paul McCartney thing. You know, the Paul McCartney. And maybe I might do it tomorrow. No, just for fun. Just for fun. Nothing serious about it, just for fun. Because we spoke about it before. Doing the Paul McCartney, like possibly being fake Paul McCartney. I've got a video from 5 years ago that I thought we could use. Why not? Just for the sake of it, just for fun. I would neither say that it's fake Paul McCartney. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I think it could have happened. Definitely. But I'm in the middle with it. You know, I'm in the middle. So it'd be fun to do it. Maybe do it tomorrow. Isn't it, Sonny? I was thinking that. Fair play for saying it. I remember being 24. Wow, it's great that you have this level of wisdom at a young age. Absolutely. It's the same way NWO Slayer, Jaden. He's the same. It's really good. And do you remember the young guy, Nate? It used to come on Flatz's. He was quite clever as well. he was into that Lux Maxin and all that stuff. He disappeared after a while. Him and that Joe disappeared. The Scottish one, Joe, he was from around where I'm from. The very secretive dude just disappeared. But they were into the veneration of the saints, though. Maybe that's when they disappeared, when we said we went into that. I don't know. I know, bro. The time is speeding up quickly, I'm telling you, man. It's really bad. I remember being 25 and thinking, oh, I'm a quarter of a century. And now, next year, I'm half a century. It's mental. It's mental.
You thought you were watching. A little refresher. On the alien world of Thra, there's a magic crystal that got cracked a long time ago, splitting one divine race into two opposing species. The Mystics, or Uru, which are gentle, slow, hippie hermits, and the Skeksis, decay.
I mean, even on the rocks and that, you've seen symbolism right there, you know? It's all over the place in this. And it's kids' movies, man. It just shows you that, I mean, the producers, the directors, the writers, they must know about this because they put it in there. Is that Sandra? Then we have the Luch, who is quite clever, but in the wrong places. Yeah, absolutely.
Power-obsessed vulture demons who look like they escaped from a Hellraiser movie about birds.
Even 13-year-olds were telling you that, see? And do you know when I was 13-year-old, 1 year was a long time. You know, like if you got grounded for a week or grounded for 2 days when you were a kid, that was a long time. Waiting for next Christmas was a long, long time, you know? And now it's not. It's really not. Now it's like, oh, I don't want Christmas to come. Stay away. You know what I mean? Hey, Roger, how you doing, man? Anybody wants to come in, links at the top.
So the world is dying, but a prophecy says that during the Great Conjunction, which is a rare alignment.
There you go. Wow, what weird. I wouldn't pause when I told it to. There you go. More symbology right there. Here's the Antarctic Explorer. How you doing?
You're reviewing one of my favorite series.
I'm reviewing your favorite series.
Oh, Dark Crystal.
Would you like the Labyrinth, do you?
I like the Dark Crystal.
What do you mean the Dark Crystal?
You never seen Dark Crystal?
No, this is not that. This is not that. It's called the Dark Crystal. This is Labyrinth, the movie Labyrinth. But there's a Dark Crystal in it.
This is where it came from.
Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't know.
It's Jim Henson.
Okay. Well, yeah, lots of occult symbology in that. I just thought I'd show real occult symbology in movies instead of people, like Betty Anjo and that, like just picking an image off someone's YouTube channel, like a moon or an eye, and saying, look, occult, Illuminati confirmed. This is real symbology, actual symbology in philosophy of like sort of Aleister Crowley Luciferian philosophy hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actual, not just bloody images in someone's YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, it's placed properly, like your triangle in your eye. Yeah.
Right. Even on the Neverending Story he's just gone through, on the back of the amulet, it said, "Do what thou wilt." In different words, but the same meaning.
Yeah.
Do what thou wilt.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jeff. 100%. Hey, not a problem, Terry. Always, man, always.
Well, I try to use trash on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, it is a problem now. I remember, like, that's why I tell people to stay off TikTok, because I remember being on TikTok and thinking, this is crap. But I kept scrolling, even though it was crap. And that's why I just don't go on that. No. I used to do what Banjo did and make compilations, like flat earth stuff, bit scriptural stuff from TikTok and make videos on it YouTube, but I've kind of stopped doing that video wise now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not interested in the TikTok side. Even on TikTok, I mean, my the most views I got on TikTok is 16.9 thousand. You know, from a catching a carp sort of thing.
Yeah,
But anything like truth related is like 900 views, 300 views. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So yeah, and it's just and I can't, and you can only get like 10 minutes videos at a time in TikTok. You know, so unless you're live, you can only get 10-minute videos at the most, and it's crap. It's crap. It's just mind drop. Anyway, go on with this. How you doing?
Oh,
This is my day off, by the way. I just decided to come on just because of this, because I've seen this.
What
I
is
think,
today?
why not?
It's a Monday. Oh yeah.
It's Monday. Yeah, it's my day off. So yeah, I literally just finished streaming and then I put out the Tiggy Skibbles video straight away.
I saw.
Yeah.
Of Thra's three sons, a Gelfling will heal the crystal and restore balance. Jen, an orphan Gelfling, is kind of this accidental messiah who's sent on a quest to find the lost shard of the Dark Crystal and put the world back together.
I'm not ready to go alone. All right? Alone, then.
Sounds like a classical fantasy adventure, right? Wrong. Let me be clear, the Dark Crystal doesn't just hint at occult references, it shouts it through a megaphone. I mean, this movie opens with a prophecy and ends with a freaking planetary alignment and ascended light beings. How did we miss how...
Wow, man. That says it right there. But I
Yeah,
think he's
that's
all
all
into
story.
this. Yeah. He's all into this, man. And like say, he says he's an ex-Christian, and I can see why he's an ex-Christian, because he said he was brought up in a strict Christian household. So he was never a Christian. He never made the choice for himself, I don't think.
Yeah, I got you.
Rebelled against it, probably.
occult this was? Well,
The
probably
whole
because...
premise of the story, though, PJ, is the alignment of planets and the ascending of light beings.
Well, that's certainly occultic. That's certainly occultic. The planets occulting each other. You know what I mean? It's definitely occultic.
we were distracted by cute gelflings and terrifying vulture dudes. Let's break down the symbolism because Henson and his team went deep into esoteric lore on this one. All right, let's start with the central device here called the Great Conjunction, which is the alignment
Hey, Justin, good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure, bro. Always a pleasure.
of the three suns, and this happens once every 1,000 years. Now, if you think Great Conjunction is just fantasy mumbo jumbo, the truth is that that's a real term, straight out of astrology and alchemy. In astrology, a Great Conjunction, usually of Jupiter and Saturn, marks the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Major transformation, upheaval, rebirth.
He's definitely done his stuff on this. He must be into. I mean, look, he's got occultic symbology himself. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So he's got to be into it.
You see the eye behind him right away, first thing.
100%. It's the same as that. I'm sorry, that charity that Duffy's going. You look at it, the logo. I know it's a kid doing this, but it's definitely an eye. Without a doubt.
Yeah, do you see Mr. Cheswick's video on that? He was on there talking to McToon.
Oh, I seen it. Well, it's because of his video that I did mine. I've still got to see the whole lot, but I just quickly played it like it's only about 3 minutes, isn't it? But I played a minute of it and I thought, well, I'm going to have to do something about this. So I stopped it and I said, I'll play the rest later. That's why, I mean, that's kind of where I got the gaslight from. I was like, he's saying he's gaslighting. So I went and kind of quickly looked at it. He's gaslighting. He's right. And that's why I mentioned Cheswick in my video, because it was because of him I got the idea. Because I seen it, I was like, is that what he's saying? So I remembered that Can't Fix Stupid sent me it in Messenger, and I thought, oh well, I'll have a look at it. But I didn't give it a view. I downloaded it, so I didn't have to give it a view. I'm sorry. I mean, that might be sneaky. I don't care. I just don't want to give him a view.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, so I downloaded it and just did it that way.
Cheswick gave him 2 or 3 good comments, but Toon deleted them. They magically disappeared.
No doubt. Yeah, no, it was because of Cheswick I got the idea, really. I thought, yeah, I've got to say something about this. And then because of seeing that he said gaslighting, I was like, oh, wow, what's he gaslighting about this time? And I did. I had a quick look. And that's exactly what he was doing. And virtue signaling, though. I mean, I went more into it, obviously. So I did half an hour in it. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, fair play to Cheswick for that.
alchemy, it's even deeper. So let's talk about alchemy, because it's not what you were told. See, you hear alchemy, and what do you think of? Some crusty medieval wizard trying to turn lead into gold in his basement while forgetting to shower for 3 decades?
Not just that.
Or something like that? Well, the truth is, the real alchemists weren't just looking to get rich. They were trying to transform the soul. See, alchemy was a spiritual science, a symbolic technology for burning away illusion.
Spiritual science. I suppose you could call it science to a certain degree. Yeah.
Well,
Well, no, because you're not observing what it's doing. You're trying to change one thing to another. If you're talking about gold and all that, metals to gold, you're intentionally doing that. So it's not observing a natural cause and effect. So I wouldn't say that's science. Would you? Yeah, doesn't chemistry come from alchemy? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I would say chemistry is science. But alchemy, the way they talk about, I wouldn't say, especially when they're talking about the magic side of it, I wouldn't say it's science. I could be wrong. I would say it's science.
Yeah. Well, alchemy has more effect than
technology. You're the one doing it. You're the one doing it. You know what I mean? You're the one intentionally doing it to try and. You're not observing something and saying, "Wow, why is that happening?" You're trying to make something, so you're the one doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't see how that's science. I might be wrong. I might be a branch of it. I could be wrong, but chemistry certainly is. You know what I mean? Biology, all that kind of stuff. Human biology, plant biology.
That's why they call it alchemical reactions. Yeah. It's chemistry and metallurgy that they mix together to make.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And purifying the self and turning your messy human chaos into something divine. Before journaling and chakra memes and TikTok self-help, the alchemists were doing the real work and writing it in some
TikTok self-help. It was before TikTok. It was on TV and everything in the 90s and that. What was his name? That Tony Robbins, is it? Is that his name? That kind of dudes and that. I mean, I could see what they're saying. I mean, it sounds good. But you look into it and it's not when you see what they're actually doing. It's not good stuff. You can just you can just have happy thoughts and will things into existence. You're doing a Joel Osteen. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And he says it's godly. Come on.
God doesn't want you to be poor, sir. He wants you to prosper.
Oh, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. He doesn't want you to be rich. That's for sure.
I wouldn't think you wouldn't have technology without alchemy or chemistry.
Yeah.
So the people that are on TikTok are using the technology that was derived from alchemical processes.
Right. Yeah. Right, of course. Hey, Truth, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to give you a spanner now. You've been in a good few times. There you go, bro. There you go. I know we don't see eye to eye in old doctrine, but there you go. There's your spanner. Bless you, man.
They didn't get burned at the freaking stake.
Again.
Talking about eyes again. Yeah.
Aye.
Now, if this sounds like woo-woo to you, mystical nonsense, then think again. Because Carl Jung, the Carl Jung who's the father of analytical psychology, he was obsessed with alchemy. Not like interested in, not read a few books, obsessed. Carl Jung wrote, "Only by discovering alchemy have I clearly understood that the unconscious is a process and that ego's rapport with the unconscious and its contents initiate an evolution, more precisely, a real metamorphosis of the psyche." All right, what the hell does all that mean?
Yes, we know what that bloody means, but it could be said a lot easier than that. Than having to do it, wits it. You know what I mean? Word salad it. You know what I mean?
The words Jung believed that alchemical texts were not just about physical gold. He said they were symbolic blueprints for understanding the unconscious mind, integrating the shadow, and becoming a whole self. To Jung, alchemists were the original depth psychologists, writing about soul transformation in the only language they were allowed to use, symbols. So when I tell you that The Dark Crystal is about alchemy, I don't mean there's a wizard brewing potions in a cauldron. I mean this movie is literally showing you step by step the process of spiritual purification.
It's just all over the place. It's all over the place. And you're always going to stick with triangles in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Madness.
You're getting the crowd, PJ.
Say again. Yeah, like usually when I go in the afternoon, it starts off slow in the afternoon because but when I go in the afternoon, it does usually build up a little bit. It's just I've been doing a lot more nights lately, haven't I? Been off in the afternoons, but yeah, no. It does in general in the afternoons. It does build up a little bit.
Cosmic balance and self-transformation with freaking puppets. So remember, the entire plot of The Dark Crystal revolves around something called the Great Conjunction. Well, in alchemy, the term conjunctio, or conjunction, refers to a critical step in something called the Great Work, which is the union of opposites into a harmonious whole. And guess what? That's literally what this movie is about. Not metaphorically, literally. Now here's the big twist, spoiler warning for a 40-year-old puppet movie. The two opposing races, the gentle monk-like mystics called the Uru and the horrifying power-hungry Skeksis, are split halves of one original being, the Urskeks. So when the crystal cracked, the Urskeks were divided into the Uru and the Skeksis, one light, one dark. Sound familiar? See, only when the crystal is healed during the Great Conjunction do they merge back together, becoming whole, enlightened beings. This is Alchemy 101. The famous alchemist phrase is solve et coagula, meaning to dissolve and recombine. In other words, break something apart, purify it, then recombine it into a higher form. And that's exactly what happens in the Dark Crystal.
To try and extend life and stuff like that with alchemy as well, you know what I mean? Elixirs and potions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not just metals and stuff. Transmutation, all that kind of garbage. You know, the stuff. Well, it's not garbage because it's people do it, you know, but it's not good. Hey, Forjax, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man.
So they made another series out of this just recently on Netflix. They did. It's actually better made, like the animation. Yeah.
What of that Labyrinth series?
Dark Crystal.
Yeah. Dark Crystal, right. Got you. Yeah, like I said, guys, people just come in. I just thought I'd show actual symbology hidden in plain sight in movies and stuff like that, rather than people just accusing other channels on YouTube of having symbology when it's just bloody images. This is real symbology, you know what I mean? In movies that are put that intentionally, as well as evil philosophies like of Luciferian, you know what I mean? Or Aleister Crowley, which is obviously Luciferian anyway, satanic.
The Urskeks split into the Uru and the Skeksis, and at the end, during the Great Conjunction, the missing piece of the Dark Crystal is restored, and the Uru and Skeksis combine into the Urskeks. The Skeksis, who are the villainous bird lizard overlords, know this prophecy well, and they are terrified of it. See, as the Triple Sun event approaches, these greedy, decaying beings chant, "We will live forever."
No, we will live.
You got your triangle, you got your planets outside there that also looks like an eye. I mean, look what they've got in the ground there. It looks like the zodiac symbols in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But how many is there that? And then you've got a triangle in the middle of it, you know, with your spot each side, which also, I mean, witchcraft use that as well, you know, like the kind of triangle thing, or they've got that interlooping power of three type thing. You know, I mean, it's all interlinked, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly what all the symbology means, you know what I mean? But it doesn't all just mean one thing sometimes. Sometimes there's a load of it together and it means a lot of things, you know?
And you remember ever watch Autodidactic?
Yeah.
Well, he had an alchemist that used to come on a show on a regular and actually demonstrate the process.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Of what? But what did he demonstrate?
I'll give you. did a week of one where he took a pure silver rod, put it in a saline solution, and put it in the moonlight during the moon cycle, and strange things would actually happen with the silver in the water. It would create these spirals.
Okay,
it was
what
like
was
a
it
marker.
used? But what was it used for, though?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it would mark. The spiral would actually move in succession with the zodiac.
Isn't that mad? See what I mean? Isn't that mad that these things happen? And that's not good. I mean, that's obviously information we got from the Watchers. I mean, we're not meant to know this stuff, that stuff, originally.
Yeah, but we're learning it.
I
learned it.
What's that, Terry? PJ, the movie symbology revealing FE is my favorite. I have 2 videos on my YouTube you may like to see. I posted 5 years ago. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
See, they're in their castle trying to magically will themselves immortality. They fear the conjunction because it could mean the end of their unnatural rule. They literally stole their extended lives by draining others. The Skeksis represent fascism. They are a regime built on control, decay, consumption, now watching their power slip away. The Skeksis represent ego inflation. They are the fear of change. They are the part of UN society that would drain others dry instead of surrendering control. They're dictators, death cults, narcissistic systems.
Flat Earth truths in movies, TV shows. Yeah, 1 and 2. 4 years ago, you did it to. Yeah, we could do that someday. We could have a look at them someday. But is it something I can do live? Like, is the movies edited enough that I won't get copy strike for it? Because there's parts of movies in this, but it's edited enough for like I'll show people what you're on about.
I think this guy is edited enough so he don't get copyright strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's edited enough. I'm just wondering if Terrence is edited enough though, that I wouldn't get copy struck for it. I'm not going to do it today because it's 2 videos and it's 20 odd minutes worth. So I'd have to do them one day as a stream to have a look at because it's flat. It's Flat Earth and truth in movies. That would be interesting. Like, let me just quickly go there and see kind of what they're editing. That's like, I'll keep the volume down for a sec. Just to see what.
Is how they found the island.
Occult pendulum. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I might.
It's darkness. Then came the strangers.
I might not get away with that. I might not, because that's just directly from the movies. And it's not edited. We'd have to do it on Rumble.
Everything. It's a set.
I don't
It's
play
a show.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
A person is smart.
How
People
long
are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
I think usually 8 seconds is you get away with, but I don't think I could chance it live on YouTube. I'd have to do it in Rumble. We'll have to do it one night in Rumble. But that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that definitely. Terry, I am sub to you, of course. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, we'll do them 2 one night, but we'll do it on Rumble. That'd be cool, bro. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
Most people don't think this, but there actually are 4 corners to the earth. Really?
Yeah, no. If you do that as a video, it's usually all right as a video. But when you do it live, they do copyright you for it. But as videos, if you're just doing 8-second clips at a time as a video, usually you get away with it. But if on a live, you don't get away with it so much. So we'll have to do it in Rumble where you do get away with it. You know what I mean? But that'll be cool. I'll do that one night in Rumble. That'd be ace.
Can I say one thing, PJ? There's nothing wrong with being a flirt.
Absolutely nothing wrong with being a flirt. We got to own that now. You just throw it back in the face. Yeah, so one night when because it's only 20 minutes worth, so one night before I do the movies, I'll just put that on. If you're there, obviously, I'd rather you be there when I do it. You know what I mean, sort of thing. So you'd have to be there because you're following me now on Rumble as well, aren't you, Terry? I think you are now. Yeah, you are. So you'd be able to come over as well.
Jeff hates Rumble like everybody else.
I know Rumble's a pain in the butt. It can be. It's a pain in the butt. But It's the only place I can do movies, Jeff. It's the only place I can do movies. You know what I mean? But at least when I do Rumble, Rumble, Buzz in the house.
Oh, look at there. There's a banjo.
Hey.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
That's not a real
There
banjo.
you go. Exactly. There we go. So silly things like that. The avatar. Somebody will pick that up from YouTube and say, "Oh, look, see, Illuminati confirmed." This is why I'm showing this, where there's real symbolism in movies and stuff, not just bloody images on people's avatars and people's YouTubes. Rumble doesn't do anything interesting. No, Rumble's fine. No, I do full movies. We watch full movies on Rumble, Terry. Yeah, we do full movies. I put up a disclaimer, but yeah, no, Rumble's fine with it. Anything copyrighted, Rumble's fine with it. Yeah, for some reason, I can watch full movies, and I use the movie sites sometimes. You know what I mean, as well as my apps. Like Prime and all that. Don't know why they're fine with it. I don't know why you couldn't do it on YouTube. The only ones you can do on YouTube is if it's public domain.
I like Baz's name. He's a space leprechaun wrangler.
Yeah, I know. Right, let's get this done.
Cling to life through domination.
Got something to say, Baza, before we carry on?
No, go ahead.
All right, groovy. You know the score, guys. Check start.
And what's the only thing that defeats them? Integration. Not war, not violence, not another fascist with a different flag. Wholeness is the answer. See, the missing shard is returned to the crystal just in time, and the Skeksis and Mystics begin to fuse together. Two opposing forces, light and dark, shadow and soul, merge back together, and out of the brokenness, the Urskeks are reborn. The newly reformed Urskeks literally say to Jen, "We are again one. Now we leave you the crystal of truth, make your world in its light."
We
are again
one.
Then they ascend in a freaking beam of light and disappear to a higher realm. Did a puppet movie just show us beings achieving cosmic enlightenment and ascending beyond the material realm? Yeah, it did. See, at the heart of alchemy is what they called the great work, or magnum opus. And it wasn't about making...
Magnum opus. You hear that all the time. What is your magnum opus? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. You ever watch, what was it? You've read comics, right? Like Broome County.
I've read comics, not them ones, but yeah, I've read comics. Yeah.
They got a character called Opus. He's a penguin, and he's got a replaceable rectum. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's mad.
Gold out of metal, not just about that. It was about making gold out of yourself. The great work was the sacred process of breaking yourself down, purifying your soul, and rebuilding.
We're gods, that kind of stuff. Hey, chilling in the house. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Oh, sorry, what did you say? The great work was the sacred process of breaking yourself down, purifying your soul, and rebuilding something divine. Exactly. We are gods. Which we're not, obviously.
Something divine, something whole. And the goal of alchemy was the philosopher's stone. Now, this wasn't about a literal rock. The stone was a symbol.
Oh, they're all in there, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they're not mad. They're not mad. And it's just shapes. It's just shapes, you know what I mean? It's just geometric shapes.
It's Euclid.
Sorry. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Absolutely. Just shapes, man. White Ganji.
It represented the perfect self.
Yeah, it's Euclidean, not non-Euclidean. Absolutely. You're right. Absolutely sharp.
The union of opposites, the healed psyche, the spark of godhood realized. The Dark Crystal ends with the great work of alchemy completed with the great conjunction. Two opposite races recombined into one golden, enlightened race, the Urskeks. This is all a metaphor for what...
Why did I say so sorry when you said it's Euclid? When I said, because it's still geometry.
Yeah.
I'm saying sorry as though I was wrong, and I'm not.
I was getting ready to go full Bev on you.
Going full bit. It's not going to play the game, right? Nubsy.
What's going on in your own psyche? The dark crystal itself, once cracked and dark, becomes whole and pure again, effectively becoming the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, for Jax. That's Rise of Blue Beam symbologies in so many movies. C-3PO's Golden Calf covers it off, and I absolutely. He's meant to be coming on my stream this month sometime. But Luke, you know, Australian Luke. Matt, well, his name's Matthew, but in chat he's called Luke. Whatever verse it is, 40. What I can't remember. It's 40 something. Yeah, he's meant to be organising it, but C-3PO's Golden Calf's meant to be coming on one of my lives to talk about his stuff. You know what I mean? So that'd be cool. It was meant to happen June, but it didn't happen for some reason. So he tried to get him to do it in July, because I reminded Luke, I says, have you heard from C-3PO yet? And he says, no. And he says, that's like, it's my bad. I haven't reminded him. So he reminded him. He says, can you do it this month? And he says, it'd be better next month. So that's this month sometime. So hopefully this month sometime. I'll have to remind Luke again for Luke to get in contact with him. Actually, I'll do that in WhatsApp now.
So
Yeah,
that guy's title is actually playing on Moses and Star Wars, the Golden Calf. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't know. I mean, like Luke believe the Mandela comes from the devil. No, sorry, God. I believe it comes from the devil. I didn't realize that C-3PO is Golden Calf. I thought he thought it came from God. He thinks it comes from God and the devil. So I'd like to hear his views on that, without a doubt. That's what Luke says anyway. It's not come from C-3PO's mouth, as far as I know. It's come from Luke. He's saying that. I haven't heard it from himself, so I'm taking Luke's word for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, he should be this month, hopefully. But I'll go text Luke now, just to remind him.
Source of healing and harmony. Wounds are healed, the land that was dying bursts back into life, and it gets even wilder because you think this was just a coincidence? Hell no. Jim Henson was into esoterica, and he actually had some books as required reading for those who worked on the movie. One of those books was called Seth Speaks, which is, get this, a collection of supposedly channeled teachings from an otherworldly entity named Seth, dictated through Jane Roberts. Yeah, channeled, as in contact with a higher being. Does that sound familiar? Because suddenly we're back in the never-ending story territory, aren't we? Remember where Aleister Crowley claimed to channel Ivas, who dictated the Book of the Law? The very book that contains the message inscribed on the Aron, do what you will? The screenwriter of The Dark Crystal, David Odell, said Jim Henson was also a spiritual searcher. Before we started work on The Dark Crystal, he insisted I read a book called Seth Speaks. Seth was a multi-dimensional male being outside time and space who dictated monologues on metaphysics through Jane Roberts when she was in a trance. The spiritual kernel of the Dark Crystal is heavily influenced by Seth. I've always felt the idea of perfect beings split into a good mystic part and an evil materialistic part, which are reunited after a long...
What's up, Luke? Asking him anyway to... Oh, I didn't even notice you dropped out. I've WhatsApped them to remind them anyway. So hopefully it'll be this month.
Well, I think
separation is.
Sorry.
We do the same with the political parties here too, like the Democrat, Republican. Like there's two parts of the same bird. Put them together when they go to Congress, they create government.
Of course, part of the same body, man. Part of the same body.
Jim's response to the teachings of that book. Now, how crazy is it that in both cases, Seth Speaks in the Book of the Law, we have films being shaped by messages from entities beyond this dimension? Now, look, I'm not necessarily saying that these were or weren't actual otherworldly entities. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Maybe it was just their higher self speaking through them in symbolic form. But either way, they were channeling something, and the fact that this stuff ended up influencing children's movies is still pretty damn mind mind-blowing. In the book Seth Speaks, Seth says, the soul knows that good and evil are but different manifestations of a far greater reality. That's Mystery School 101. Light and dark aren't enemies, they're just two sides of the same coin. Seth also says, now it has been said often that there is a God, so there must be a devil. Or if there is good.
That's the truth, Sandro, as well. And if you think about it, Betty Angel is a content machine. He just, when he's not doing his lives, he pumps out the TikTok videos all the time. All the time. He just pumps them out. And he is, you're right, he used to give away those maps. And now that, well, they used to be able to go to his description and go and see the maps. Now you have to buy them. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, when I was younger, you could get those maps anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, now they're expensive. It's just a joke.
Oh, they're about $33.
Must be evil.
32 for a month. You got one.
Yeah, about $33.
Oh, about 33 bucks, 33 cents.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This is like saying that because an apple has a top, it...
Oh, I love RV. Sometimes a little over the top, but in general, I mean, I like what he does. There's some things I don't agree with him on, but in general, I do. Yeah, I just think it can be a little over the top, like Sov says, if someone scratching their face, then they're covering the right. I'm not saying RV says that. I'm just saying in general, these things can be over the top. But you know, I like him. I hope he's still subbed to me. He came in here the other week, but I don't know how RV is with Eddie Banjo. I don't know if he's followed him. I mean, he was one of the ones that I'm subbed. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I like RV. I think he's cool.
Must have a bottom, but without any understanding of the fact that both are a portion of the apple. That's literally the Dark Crystal. The Skeksis and Mystics aren't good guys and bad guys. They're just top and bottom of the same cosmic apple, split apart when the crystal cracked. The whole film was about understanding that light and dark...
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I don't believe that. Speeches. Some said that RV has been Lyashenko, a huge wrestling fan, etc. Mason himself. Well, the likes of Sergio that I used to be friends with, he used to be a moderator for RV. And then he started calling RV out for being a Mason and all that as well. So that could just be rumors from people like Sergio. Sergio, I would not trust at all. I used to like the dude, but I would not trust him at all whatsoever. I'm not saying that's who you have it from. But yeah, he used to be a moderator for him. In fact, RV fell out with Blacksoid at one point for having Sergio in his chat. You know, Sergio used to be a moderator for RV, but then started accusing RV of the same things that RV's calling out. And because there was some dubious certain things on his YouTube page or website or something, I can't remember. But I don't think so. I think RV's all right, bro. I just think maybe he's a little over the top sometimes. You know what I mean? But can't we all be? Sometimes we get a bit engrossed in it. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, bro. Cosmic apples. See, look at this. I mean, it just looks like the zodiac, but with different symbols, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even it could also be kind of rune. Well, not so much runes. It looks more zodiacish, but along that lines, you know.
Yeah.
Aren't opposites to destroy, but halves to reunite. Okay, again, you think that's just hippie new age mumbo jumbo? Well, here's where it gets even more crazy, because guess who agreed? Carl Jung. Now, we saw he was obsessed with the alchemical idea of joining together opposites to achieve psychological wholeness, but guess what else Jung wrote about? Abraxas, a Gnostic god who was both light and darkness, God and devil, all in one.
Such a contradiction that is. Light and darkness, you know what I mean? God and devil at the same time. How can light and darkness live in the same place? How can Christ and Antichrist live in the same place? How can demon and spirit live in the same place? It doesn't. That's
God created both, PJ. Our God. They're worshiping the creation and not the creator.
Yeah. But I mean, but God and devil don't live together. You know what I mean? Light and darkness don't live together. One takes over the other, doesn't it? And the darkness takes over light, but usually light takes over darkness. You know, darkness is absence of light. You know what I mean?
That's why we have purple full moons, PJ.
Light isn't absence of darkness. Darkness is absence of light. So light will always overtake darkness, because darkness is not. Yeah, darkness is absence of light. Light isn't absence of darkness, is it?
Yeah. This is why we need rock Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
A symbol of totality, of integration, of becoming whole. Jung wrote, Abraxas begetteth truth and lying.
Becoming whole with a bloody demonic entity, more like.
Good and evil, light and darkness, in the same word and the same act. Jung said that Abraxas shattered all opposites.
Wow.
He wasn't just good or just evil, he was the force behind both. But for Jung, Abraxas wasn't just a character in a story, because he symbolically represented the force of becoming whole ourselves through the union of...
This is not just symbology, this is philosophy and all that of it within movies. Now, when people are getting accused on YouTube of being Illuminati just because of this certain image, do their channels show these images properly? And with that, do these channels also profess these type of philosophies? No, they don't. So if not, then usually the imagery you see is just imagery. You know what I mean?
Hey, PJ, you remember the song I get you to play one time? It's called The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
It's based on Carl Jung. But yeah, he was known for shock therapy treatment with his patients.
Yeah.
There's some stories about that.
No good. No good.
Are opposites. Sound familiar? Again, the mystics versus Skeksis dynamic. The twist is that neither can survive without the other. The lesson isn't to kill the bad guys, it's to integrate the shadow. Because this isn't fantasy, it's not just ancient alchemy, it's psychology, it's you. So let's talk about
So God can't live without the devil. Boom. Lucifer was a creation of God's. God didn't need anybody to live. You know what I mean? That's rubbish.
Yeah. Shadow, because the shadow is the part of yourself that most people don't want to look at. It's the anger you deny, the fear that you repress, the selfishness, the shame, the cravings, the chaos. Now, it's not evil, but it becomes dangerous when you just try to bury it. When you deny your darkness, the thing is, it doesn't go away, it just festers and ends up leaking out. And the more you try to destroy it, the stronger that it gets. For most of human history, we were taught to repress the shadow, to be pure, to be good, to be holy, to eliminate bad thoughts. But here's the truth. Carl Jung wrote, "How can I be substantial if I do not cast a shadow? I must have a dark side also if I am to be whole." We are not here to kill our darkness. We are here to integrate it. That's what Jung taught. He believed that real spiritual...
Yeah, duality. It's easy to flip stuff. Exactly.
Well, you got to separate the body from the mind, PJ.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't just about light, it was about doing the hard inner work of facing your darkness, understanding it, and owning it. Jung wrote, one does not become...
Body can't live without the mind.
Enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. And
it's a matrix.
Well, vice versa.
It's a matrix quote. It's a matrix quote. Well, no. I mean, I suppose a mind could be kept alive outside a body, but could you transport it back in? Could you, a brain, not the actual mind itself, but the brain could, yeah.
A brain in a jar, yeah.
A brain in a jar. That's what we have. Brain in jars, apparently, just with electrical impulses. We don't feel this stuff in front of us. It's just electrical impulses to the brain. That's it, man. Just little shocks here and there. Oh yeah, that's a screen. Oh, that's me feeling the table. That's me drinking the coffee.
Abby something. Abby normal.
Happy normal, yeah. The new Sesame Street character, yeah.
Oh, madness. Yeah. Madness.
He didn't stop there. He said, no tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. See, you don't get to become whole unless you've integrated both halves of yourselves. That's the whole freaking point. And that's exactly what the Dark Crystal is showing us. The hero.
No. You don't have to have had dealings with the devil just to go to heaven. You could, you know what I mean? You don't have to have, that's bull. That's bull. I mean, yes, we've all had dealings with the devil, but you don't have to be interacting with the devil to be able to go to heaven. That contradicts itself completely. Stupid.
I think if your roots are in hell, then you might not have good fruit.
Exactly. I think the fruit would not be coming at all. To be really bad, rotten fruits. You know what I mean?
Like those naughty figs.
Absolutely.
Does not kill the villains. He reunites what was divided. But it gets even crazier. Are you ready? Because the Mystics literally have the Tree of Life diagram on their clothing. Now, why does that matter? Because the Tree of Life is a diagram from a...
No, this guy knows what he's talking about, mate. He's an ex-Christian. He's definitely into this stuff, but what he's saying is definitely true. This stuff is true, what he's saying. Absolutely. I wouldn't trust him as a person, no. But what he's talking about is true. I think he's more into the stuff because he's an ex-Christian, but it's definitely true what he's saying. But I wouldn't trust him as a person, but I would trust what he's saying here because what he's saying is absolutely, he's done his research on it. You'd think he's because he's into it.
Yeah, that's just Kabbalah. Look at it.
Yeah, it's certainly true. Certainly true, bro.
A mystical system called Kabbalah that is at the beating heart of many secret societies and Western occultism. The Tree of Life is basically a spiritual map of existence and the mind and the soul, showing how divine energy flows. It's made up of 10 spheres called the Sephirot. Each one represents a different aspect of God or consciousness or reality itself. So
it might represent it in the occultism, but it's not actually, obviously, of God, you know? But yeah, I mean, I could see why he was never a Christian because he never made the choice because he was brought up in a strict Christian regime, probably. So that's why he never made the choice. So he was probably never a Christian in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't know Mike was a Spaniard.
Yeah, amigo.
Yeah, amigo.
Hey, we all judge a book by its cover. Hey, dude, I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust the dude himself. No, but I trust what he's talking about because he's into it. You can tell. And yeah, the symbology in the movies were there, and the philosophy in the movies was definitely there. But as a person myself, I don't know him, so I wouldn't trust him. No, that way. But yeah, no, dude, we all judge a book by its cover. We all do it. We all do it, man.
Why does this matter? Because for every Sephirah on the Tree of Life, there's a shadow version, a twisted, broken, distorted echo. These are called the klipot, the husks or the shells, the leftovers of divine energy that didn't integrate properly and got cast aside. It's even said they come from the shattering of the vessels. Now here's where it gets wild, because by the time the Dark Crystal begins, there's 9 mystics and 9 skeksis left. And in Kabbalah, there are 10 Sephirot and 10 klipot. Now technically it's said that there are 11 klipot, but that starts dealing with very deep secrets and gets way too complicated for this video, so let's just keep it simple. So we've got a Tree of Life and we have a Tree of Death, light and shadow. Sephirot and klipot. And get this, the mystics literally have the damn diagram embroidered into their robes. Like the klipot, the skeksis.
Yeah, they do, don't they? They do.
Yeah. Well, the 11th one is just a golem. That's what they're trying to make.
And the amount of shapes and symbols that's within that as well, you know what I mean? I mean, there's hexagons, there's triangles, you know what I mean? It's all in there.
Yeah. Well, I was watching on Netflix and they had a documentary of the Hebrew Cabal almost, and they showed how they actually took clay and make a living golem out of it in the series. Yeah. I didn't see that kind of stuff when I was growing up.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Correspond to ego and materialism, and like the Sephirot, mystics correspond to spirit and selflessness. The Gelfling hero Jen ends up...
Yeah, but not the good side of the spirit, that's for sure. I mean, that elf-looking thing, I always thought that was quite creepy. Anyway, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't really like Labyrinth as a kid. I mean, my older sisters and then my nephews and nieces and that did, and they're round about the same age as me. My nephews and nieces-ish, a little bit younger, not much. But yeah, I never really got into it. I mean, Never Ending Story was all right, I suppose, but Labyrinth I was never into. Why does it say my signal is gone?
You mean David Bowie State Man?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, look, we did David Bowie. I liked his music, But we all know he was into Aleister Crowley and all that, the same as the Beatles and that. I was thinking about doing a Paul McCartney tomorrow, the Paul McCartney thing, just for fun. Not saying definitely.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul McCartney. I was thinking about doing that tomorrow.
Well,
I was going to do it today, but then I decided to do this instead.
I wouldn't put it past the Royals to do that, man. I mean, or be responsible for such an act.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in between with the Paul McCartney thing. I certainly think it can happen. I certainly think the evidence is there for it. But whether we're looking for that evidence or not, because we've heard about it, I don't know. I don't know. But I certainly think it's possible. Absolutely.
Well, PJ, I say Paul McCartney is the only professional musician I've ever known to learn how to play an instrument with one hand, and then in the middle of his career decide he's going to play it with a different hand from now on.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and different color of eyes and that. I mean, the evidence is there, but I still wouldn't say 100%. I never do say 100% on it. I lean towards it, definitely. Definitely. The same as like Jones and Hicks. I lean towards him being Hicks. You know what I mean?
The weird thing about that is that he became a better guitar player for some reason.
That's the one. Billy Shears. Hey, Sally, good to see you, sister. Good to see you.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Bowie's got one out there too.
Has it?
Yeah, I think it's Jack something. He's got a doppelganger. I was just looking at it earlier.
Weird.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out sometime. But yeah, I'll maybe do the Paul McCartney thing tomorrow. It's a video from 5 years ago. I've got 2 videos in it, but one of the videos I've already seen. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Did Jim know Arwen in person? There he is.
Yeah.
Balancing both to fulfill his quest. Everything in the Dark Crystal points at one thing: wholeness. Okay, if you thought that was crazy, get ready for this, because it just keeps going. But first, I want you to realize what we're doing here, because this isn't just a channel. This is a revolution of the mind. So if you're ready to help us spread hidden knowledge and make enlightenment go viral, then hit like and subscribe, because there's so much more. And if you want to help out even more, become a member for exclusive videos and free downloads on inner transformation, and check out my books. Links are in the description. All right, let's talk about Ogra, the cranky, one-eyed, witchy astronomer lady. You know, the one who's like Yoda with titties. Ogra has one.
There's more of that. He loves this stuff. I mean, he knows about this stuff because he's into it. Definitely.
That's Karen B, dude. That's Karen B.
Yeah. And that does my nothing about Karen B. Duffy, yeah, if Karen B and who was the other one? Karen B and
Crow Triple, what's her name? Rose 777?
No. Duffy said if Karen B and this other person comes to this debate, he'll put more money up for them than the other flat earthers. I mean, what the hell are they special flat earthers, are they? You know what I mean? It just shows you they'll be handpicked. It's all a scam. It's a scam, I'm telling you. That's why I did that video yesterday. Hanvey. It was Hanvey. Joseph Hanvey. Yeah. Joseph Hanvey. It's a scam, I'm telling you.
One eye. And in the lore, expanded in the books, it says that she burned out her eye staring directly at the first Great Conjunction a long time ago. She literally sacrificed an eye to gain cosmic knowledge.
Ram horns, the one eye, and see what I mean? These are ugly. And it's got the moon symbol, you know what I mean, on its around the neck as well. Full moon, crescent moon also. Or it could be moon and sun.
Yeah, probably eclipse, maybe.
Eclipse, yeah, also. Could be mad. Listen, she's one very good looking puppet.
Adorable, man, almost.
Yeah, talking about Kate and B.
Hi.
R&B.
And then there's Ogra's triangulum. It's a bizarre little device that she lifts to her face like a monocle.
And lifts to one eye. And the one eye on the head. And the same symbology has been through the rest of the film. And the one in the middle almost looks like the witchcraft one as well. You know what I mean? Like the power free sort of thing.
Those are beautiful fingers, though, I'm telling you.
Oh, lovely. Ooh. I only just noticed that one curls up like a horn.
Yeah.
Lovely.
cool. You probably didn't think much of it the first time you saw it. Just another weird puppet prop, right? But hold up, let's look at it closely.
The Great Conjunction is
I did think about doing that movie the other night, you know, but then I thought it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, isn't it? So I decided not to. Oh, by the way, tomorrow night, guys, I said I was going to do the Eagle, didn't I? But I know, and it's probably going to be crap, the new Jurassic film, the Jurassic World Rebirth, has just come out in HD on the movie site. Would you rather watch the Jurassic Park new film, Jurassic World new movie, or the Eagle?
The new Jurassic Park was as good as the new World of Worlds.
Yeah, there you go.
So you'd rather watch the Eagle then?
I mean, I'll sit through anything, but you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because it's new, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so I have to see it at some point. Would you rather? That's what I'm saying. Would you rather watch the Eagle still, or that's why I'd rather ask you, because I could watch it my own time if you don't want to see it.
No, it's fine. We can watch any of them.
Wondering. I mean, I'm still going to do the Eagle whenever. I mean, do you know something? No, I'll do the Eagle on Tuesday. I'll leave Jurassic Park to the weekend. That's what I'll do. Because hopefully by then the Superman might be in HD. I'm waiting for Superman to be in HD.
Well, isn't that occultic too? If you look at it,
is there a new Superman?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Wow, absolutely. They've made it that way. I don't think in the comics it was meant to be originally, but they certainly made it that way.
End of the world!
It's a circle inside a triangle, inside a circle, inside a triangle, spiraling in and out like a cosmic puzzle. And she even puts it up to her eye. Now, if you're even
like the markers of a ruler at the bottom, like the Masonic thing, you know, it does. It looks like the marks of a ruler, doesn't it, as well?
True.
I am due to do more boxing as well. Yeah, I am, for Jax. I still haven't done the movie. I still haven't done the boxing movie. We called The Fighter. You know, we Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. I don't think I did it yet, and I could do that one night in the weekend with a boxing bout of some sort. Yeah, I could do. Because I still haven't done The Fighter yet. It was about the Ward brothers, you know, the Boston boys, Pride of Boston and that. James Ward. Is it James Ward? Is it Ward? I can't remember the names.
Oh, I can't remember them either.
James,
too tired.
Definitely. Anyway, I'll get on with this. But yeah, no, I do 3 days at the weekend anyway, so one of them can be a boxing night, definitely.
Slightly conspiracy curious, that visual might have triggered something deep in your brain because, yeah, it's basically a nod to the Eye of Providence, the all-seeing eye inside of the triangle. You know, the one.
Mickey Ward, yeah. And what's the brother's name? What's the brother's name again? Is it Jimmy? Hey, Sunny Shine, bless you, bro. Bless you, man. Thanks for coming. There you go. Yeah, all right, this is not for the movie. He's just showing the symbol that it's like. Exactly that.
That people usually associate with the Illuminati. It's the one floating on the back of the dollar bill. Now, what the eye actually means is traditionally a symbol of divine insight, the third eye, and with enlightenment, with seeing behind the veil. And it gets even deeper because that strange device of hers is also strikingly similar to the alchemical symbol of the Philosopher's Stone. Remember the whole goal of alchemy? And its diagram is a circle within a square, within a triangle, within a circle. This is not just cool geometry, folks. This is a metaphysical blueprint. Each shape represents a stage in the great work, the elements transformed and aligned. It's about taking the base broken and imperfect and purifying it through inner work, trial, and balance. And speaking of triangles, they're all over this movie. It's in her triangulum, the design of Ogra's observatory, it's in the triple suns, and it's even literally...
Are you talking about Mickey Ward? Mickey Ward's name's been Mandela effect. Is that what you're saying? Same as the bodybuilder, Arnold Schwarzenegger's mate, Columbo.
Yes, it's not Mickey anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, but I'm saying it's like no, Arnold Schwarzenegger's mate, the bodybuilder, Columbo. What's his name? Frank Columba, Frank Summit. But his name's been Mandela affected. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger still calls him it the old way.
Well, Wikipedia doesn't say anything about his brother on there. It just says Mickey Ward. So,
yeah, on what?
Wikipedia.
About
his brother. It doesn't mention his brother's name on Wikipedia.
On the movie.
No, I haven't looked at the movie. Just looked at Wikipedia.
Yeah, he doesn't fight in it. He trains in it, but he's the older brother. He was a fighter before Mickey, sort of thing. He was retired at that point. He was a crackhead at that point, but he was in his corner. Yeah, but I think it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy Ward. I'm sure it is. Yeah. He was a boxer as well, though, and he fought Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Robertson. Hold on. I get mixed up with him. The skinny, the middleweight one. Leonard.
Yeah.
Franco Columbu. Yeah. And Franco Columbu. And he still gets called Columbo. And it's now Columbu. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Arnold's promoting another guy now. His name, he goes by the name Anatoly.
Yeah.
He's a natural bodybuilder, so.
Piss on Arnold.
There's no natural bodybuilders at that size, and there's no natural bodybuilders at that size.
Yeah, Anatoly's not that size. He's a small dude.
Oh, if he's small, then yeah, that's different. Yeah, but even some of the smaller ones, they're on Ozempic and stuff like that to trim up, or they're on growth hormone as well. Usually, they're on testosterone at least. If they're not on any steroid, they're on testosterone at least.
I hope it's nuts.
I don't think any of them nowadays, the way their bodies are natural. None of them.
Around the dark crystal itself. Why? Because the triangle represents the union of opposites. 2 points, opposites, reaching upwards to form a third. Now get this, a 19th century German philosopher called Hegel, who's my favorite philosopher by the way, made this concept the center of his...
See, my favorite philosopher. So he's into this stuff.
Entire system. He called it the dialectic. Everything evolves through a process of contradiction and resolution. See, first you have a thesis, an idea, then comes the antithesis, the opposite of that idea, its challenge, and through their clash, something new emerges called the synthesis. Not a compromise, but a higher third thing that includes and transcends both. Hegel believed the literal consciousness...
That's a contradiction completely.
And for the rest of us, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, for the rest of us, that's called deception.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, my thought exactly. Absolutely.
Of the universe itself evolved through this dialectical synthesis of opposites. That's what the triangle shows us. The truth isn't found in choosing a side, it's found in the third point where they come together. And that's what the dark crystal is about.
It almost sounds like the same philosophy as getting all the religions to coexist and become one religion, like a new world religion type thing. Almost the same kind of philosophy, you know what I mean? Isn't it weird?
It sounds like Babylon, dude.
Bit funky.
The mystics, the Uru, are the thesis, calm, spiritual, selfless. The Skeksis are the antithesis, violent, materialistic, greedy, but powerful. And the Skeks are the synthesis, the union, the triangle made manifest. Spiritual, but also...
Sorry, I'm wrong. It's not Jimmy Ward. It's Dickie Ward, isn't it? It's Dickie. Is it Dickie what?
I couldn't find it.
Or was Dickie the father? Did he just, oh, you're wrong. I'll find out.
Powerful. And then there's the crystal itself, the so-called dark crystal, later revealed to be the crystal of truth, but it's literally the philosopher's stone in disguise. The philosopher's stone was said to grant immortality by perfecting the soul, but the real alchemists were after something way more powerful, spiritual immortality, which is the realization that
his brother's called Dickie. Dickie Eklund, yeah. And he fought Sugar Ray Leonard, yeah. He nearly beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He didn't beat him. But he stood. He didn't. Sugar Ray didn't get him down. He went the distance with him, and he hurt him. I think is a few places. Yeah. But that was his claim to fame all the time. And he was like, "Yeah, I nearly beat Sugar. I nearly beat Sugar." I mean, yeah, Dickie, you're right, Dickie Eklund. Oh, so his name wasn't what? Yeah, right. I wondered why he was called Eklund. It's different father, of course. Of course. I suppose, yeah, they do look a lot different. Their genetics kind of, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking his name was Ward. Sorry, I get it now. I get why you said Dickie Eklund. Right. What made me think it was Jimmy?
Huh?
I don't know, but I think Christian Bale plays a good part. Yeah, we'll have to watch that one. I haven't done that one yet. So I could do that film at the weekend, and or another boxing one. I'll have to think of it, see what I'm. Because I've done a good few boxing ones. We've even done the director's cut of Rocky IV. You know, Sylvester Stallone's cut of Rocky IV, the new one that came out in 2020 or 2022. And that was a lot different from the original. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. But we'll have to think of a bout to do as well. I'll have to think of a good bout.
you are eternal, that you are divine. The ego can die, but the self, the true unified self, doesn't. That's the real stone, not something you hold in your hand, something you become. And the dark crystal shows us the Skeksis are obsessed with physical immortality. They literally try to extract life force from other creatures using the dark crystal. But what happens? The crystal is healed, the false immortality of the Skeksis vanishes, and the Urskeks, fully integrated, don't just live forever in the material world, they transcend and obtain spiritual immortality. This is apotheosis in a kid's movie. Watching it now, I'm floored by how overt some of these symbols are. As a kid, maybe you thought it was just a dark, cool fairy tale, but the dark crystal was teaching us about integration, shadow work, healing the parts of ourselves and the world. Pretty damn profound for a kid munching on cereal in front of the TV. All right, now take a breath here, all right, because we've been through a lot, through imagination and alchemy, but now we're about to venture into the maze of Labyrinth, and things are about to get even more personal and way more mystical and psychological. Ready to face the Goblin King? Let's go. All right, just hearing the title Labyrinth, you know this one's symbolic. A labyrinth is a symbol, and it's been used for centuries to represent the journey to enlightenment. And Labyrinth is the personal initiation story, complete with Jim Henson puppets and David Bowie in his ultra-tight pants. So what occult secrets are in the labyrinth? Well, the entire labyrinth itself is the first big one. In occult tradition and myth, walking a labyrinth is an initiation ritual. You traverse a confusing path and face challenges, ultimately finding the center, which represents truth and self-knowledge, before finding your way back out transformed. It's been said, in the labyrinth you don't lose yourself, you find yourself. Carl Jung, that guy again, noted that the labyrinth symbolically represents the unconscious mind. Jung even said, the right way to wholeness is made up, unfortunately, of fateful detours and wrong turnings, a path whose labyrinthine twists and turns are not lacking in terrors. Now, does that sound familiar? Because that's exactly what Sarah, the protagonist of the film, goes through. But before we go any further, let's
yeah, even mazes. I've got some, but mazes are a bit. I don't know what they mean, obviously, but mazes are even there in symbology, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Clear something up, because this film is called Labyrinth.
Stuff, man. I mean, even when it comes to like leopard print, that means something. Butterflies, owls, bird cages. You know, there's so many things that's equated with and correlated to symbology that there's no way that if you're using any kind of image, you can always avoid these things. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Crazy. Most things are used to symbology somewhere or another.
Not maze. Now, not a lot of people know this, but there's actually a huge symbolic difference between the two. A maze is a puzzle. It's full of dead ends, wrong choices, wrong turns, and it's made to confuse you. But a labyrinth,
I mean, I thought it was along the lines of confusion anyway. Obviously, because you're lost, you know, so it's not a good thing.
Well, I could even say the same thing about like Super Mario Brothers. Like there's symbolism in all of it.
Symbologism,
yeah. It's in there somewhere, man. But yeah, like all the little trinkets you get in the story.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. Without a doubt. I mean, it's in movies, it's in computer games, it's all over the place. Yeah, it's unavoidable.
Yeah, so, some of it though, you can, if you got a little discernment, you can tell some of it is intentional duper's delight, ha, you know, yeah, and some of it is what it is, you know. Sometimes after 32 is just the number 33, and that's just how it goes.
Who's Mario? Hey, Jax, who's Mario?
Ooh, it's Mario.
Oh, you're talking about Mario. Facts about Mario. Oh, Mario Brothers. Got you. I think you're talking about Mario now. Good to see you, Jax. Welcome. You're new here, I think. Good to see you, man.
Sense has a single path. No wrong turns, no tricks, but it's a winding journey inward to the center and then back out again. It's not about getting lost, it's about getting transformed. In spiritual traditions, labyrinths are used for meditation, ritual, and inner work. Walking a labyrinth isn't about solving anything, it's about facing yourself. But here's the twist. The movie Labyrinth blends the two. Sarah thinks she's entering a confusing maze full of external challenges.
Yeah, I got the dot, Jax. I got the dot. I said it, then as soon as I said it, I realized.
I think Jax is a she, by chance.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. But why would you say that?
Well, I think it's one of Dave Banner's regulars.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. All right. Good to see you, Jax. Sister, if I said bro, I'm sorry. If you're a sister, I'm sorry. I always say bro, because in general, it's usually guys that come here. No, he's a guy.
That's a guy. It's not the same Jackson.
Well, sorry for calling you sister.
See what it made you do?
Yeah, see what I mean? See how people lead people astray? Look at that.
Jeez, Roger.
You made your brother stumble, bro. That's it. Repent.
I'll do a rosary right quick. Hold on.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm good.
Even that, look, red and blue together, the purple thing. I mean, I don't go too much in colors, but that's a thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just not. Look, people are getting blamed for it on their YouTube channels when it's just imagery. In these movies, there's definitely symbology hidden in plain sight, and it's evident. And it's not just the symbology, there's the philosophy behind the movie as well. I mean, the Aleister Crowley-ness of it. Do what thou wilt. As in, like, and then try to soften it by saying, explore your dreams type things. Do what your heart desires. And that seems like it comes from God. Yeah. Do what your heart desires comes from God. If God puts the heart desire there. Absolutely. But do what thou wilt. That shall be the whole of the law is a completely different thing. People forget about that shall be the whole of the law. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do what thou wilt is hedonism. You know what I mean? Do what makes you, what self-gratifies you all the time. You know? Absolutely, Jax. Absolutely.
And I'm being reminded here, but the new Wizard of Oz, the one you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you mean Return to Oz?
Yeah, with the wheelies and all that.
That was the first movie we did, wasn't it?
One of them, yeah.
Was it the first movie that we did, or was it the second? We did Space Odyssey 2001. And
then we did, then we did that.
Or was it? It was one or the other. It was definitely. There was one of them. It was the first one anyway.
We did the odds after. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah.
Riddles, traps, and goblins, but the truth is she's in a labyrinth of the self. Every character, an obstacle, an illusion she faces is another reflection of her own inner landscape.
Which way do you want to go?
The film is essentially one big young...
Even the hands in sets of 3, triangle form, showing the old triangle, you know. The old Jay-Z triangle.
test. Sarah has to shed her childish delusions, face her fears and desires, and assert her will to rescue her baby brother. In occult terms, she's the initiate passing through trials in the mystic maze. Now, in Labyrinth, the movie, Sarah's 13-hour journey to the center, the Goblin King Castle, is her pilgrimage to self-mastery. And yeah, I said 13-hour journey because in
seeing Never End of Story, the symbology is definitely there. See, you've seen this, the symbology is definitely there. So, the one with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry as the devil, Legend, is that what it's called, Legend? Just Legend? Yeah. That's going to have it. I mean, obviously, the devil's bloody in it, but yeah, I would say it's got to be in that as well. What's in my film?
Yeah. See, with the 13 hours, I think they've done that with the actual globe itself. There's
sci-fi thriller TXX1138. What's that about, Bess?
Yeah, it's just another one of those weird culty movies.
Oh, okay. It's something I'll have to check it.
Well, you know,
Jareth's magical realm.
Sorry, go on.
I would say something about 13 hours, like the time and date line. You lose a day when you cross the line, the time and date line. It's the same thing with the globe itself. It's like you're missing parts.
Yeah. Do you know, it's not until you said 13, I noticed the clock got 13 on it.
Yeah.
And then again, superstition with 13, the way they use numbers as well, you know. It's all that. Like I say, I'm comparing this to real symbology in movies compared to not symbology on the likes of my channel or Flats's channel or Roger's channel or Sandro's bloody avatar. You know what I mean? This is real symbology in movies, not just images that's on people's YouTube channels. You know?
Yeah. Well, wouldn't the 13th day be like Judgment Day? Oh, sorry.
Exactly. I mean, look, we know Baz is Illuminati, you know what I mean? Because he's got the old banjo with the old square and eye. Oh no, the mandolin with the square and ear. Funny.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to pop off though. It's good chatting with you.
Yeah. Nearly finished anyway. I've only got like 9 minutes left of this video. I've been on longer than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was only going to be on an hour and a half. I've been on 2.5 hours already. I need to finish up. So let's get this done. Bless you.
I gotta get ready to go to work, PJ.
Cheers,
all
guys.
right, no problems, guys. I'm finishing up anyway. All right, guys. See you in a bit. Bless you.
Later.
Have 13 hours instead of 12.
You have 13 hours in which to solve the labyrinth.
And at first glance, that might just seem like a silly, quirky fantasy world touch. But there's something deeper going on. Something most people totally miss. See, we're used to thinking in solar time. 12 hours, 24 hours, a calendar that follows the sun. But the moon runs on a different rhythm. There are about 12.4 moon cycles in a year. That means that most years have 12...
Yeah, that's more likely what it's doing. Following the moon. Yo, moon child.
Full moons, but every few years there's a 13th moon. But 13 isn't unlucky, it's lunar, it's feminine. Some modern lunar-inspired calendars actually divide the year into 13 months of about 28 days to echo the rhythm of the moon, and loosely, the menstrual cycle, which follows a similar rhythm. And get this, in some mystical and Gnostic traditions, Mary Magdalene is considered the 13th disciple.
That's true.
The hidden apostle, the suppressed feminine, and the big.
I'm saying that she is considered that, yeah, but it doesn't say that. Obviously, it's true that she's considered that for some people.
error of secret wisdom. So when Labyrinth gives Sarah 13 hours, it's telling you she's no longer in the world of clocks and schedules. She's entered a lunar realm, the domain of the goddess, of cycles of initiation and inner transformation. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated scenes in the whole film, the junkyard. Because see, Sarah finds herself in this wasteland alone until she meets the trash lady, the hunched hoarding creature who piles all her old toys and books and treasures on her back, literally strapping her to her past. Now this isn't just a weird scene, this is psychological warfare. The trash lady tells Sarah, "Here dearie, isn't this what you're looking for? Your precious teddy bear, your music box, your books, your room?" And Sarah starts to fall for it. She starts to forget the mission. She starts to cling to the comforts of the old self. And this is the trap that so many of us fall into, mistaking our baggage, our egoic identity for our true self, thinking the stuff that we've carried, the pain, the nostalgia, the roles we were handed, thinking that that's who we really are. The trash lady is the part of the unconscious that says, don't grow, don't.
That trash lady's even prettier than the last one, man, I'm telling you. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous puppet. Don't grow, don't change, stay in your room, stay who you are, stay who you are. Okay, not a good message.
Change, stay in your room, stay who you were. But Sarah wakes up, she realizes this is junk, this isn't me, and this is how we begin to realize our true self. Now let's talk about Jareth, the Goblin King, played by David Bowie at—
Oh, don't go too harsh on Jim Henson's puppet. Chillin', come on. That puppet was a lot better looking than Bender.
Peak glam.
Don't defy me.
Jareth is charming, dangerous, and a tempter. He's basically a devilish figure, beautiful, prideful, and offering—
And again, I like David Bowie's music, but he is an Aleister Crowley fan, same as the Beatles and stuff like that.
The protagonist the easy way out at the price of submission. Throughout the film, Jareth tries to seduce or intimidate Sarah into giving up and forgetting her quest. Now, this is straight out of occult lore. The initiate is often tempted by a figure offering them power or knowledge to stray from their path. Think of the devil card in tarot, or Goethe's Mephistopheles offering Faust worldly pleasures for his soul. Jareth literally says to Sarah, in the end—
Picture of temptation right there. You know what I mean? Devil offering you things if you'll just bow down and worship him. What did he do to Jesus? No, even tried Jesus, offered Jesus these things. Worldly things, desirable things, things that the flesh wants.
Scene, look what I'm offering you, your dreams. I ask for so little. Just let me rule you and you can have everything that you want.
Look what I'm offering you. Your dreams.
And my kingdom is great.
I ask for so little.
Don't go longer than 10
Just
seconds.
let me rule you.
I think he's distorted it enough, but I'll pause it for a sec. I think he's distorted it enough that I won't get copyrighted on that because he's gone longer than 8 seconds. But I'll pause it for a sec just to be sure. But yeah, look, very, very like enticey type thing. I mean, I didn't like Labyrinth anyway, but if I'd seen that as a kid, it wouldn't have bothered me. But looking at that there, that's very creepy. Very creepy.
Everything that you want.
This is a classic Faustian bargain. He basically promises her a life of fantasy if she'll only fear and love
Germism.
him and do what he says. Now, this is extremely similar to what the devil tells Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew. The devil showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory, and he said to him, all these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me. But the key—
Just what I said. Just what I said.
here is to see through the temptation and the lies. Remember the masquerade ballroom scene? The people wear these grotesque masks that actually resemble goblin faces. And the moment that Sarah—
Demonic. Completely demonic. I mean, that's a demon. That's demon faces right there.
realizes it's fake, she shatters the illusion by throwing a chair through the glass, and it all collapses. She literally wakes up from the seduction. This is a total initiation moment. The ability to see through the illusion is key to any esoteric path. Labyrinth is also packed with eye imagery and hidden watchers.
There you go. There you go. I love that. They're not a pair of eyes or loads of pairs of eyes. They're loads of single eyes. There you go, Sandro. That's what you support. That's you, Sandro.
Jareth uses crystal orbs to spy on Sarah. Sometimes we see the orb floating, observing, very all-seeing eye energy. There's also literal eyes all over the labyrinth walls. And get this, the filmmakers hid David Bowie's face in a bunch of scenes, as in the outlines of Jareth's face are...
Do you know something that rings a bell? I mean, I've obviously seen this film. I wasn't into it, but that rings a bell. I mean, I probably remember seeing something like that. I think Kubrick does that in the clouds somewhere of the opening scenes of The Shining. Yeah, I think Kubrick's hidden in the clouds somewhere, an outline of him. I haven't seen it yet.
Actually camouflaged in the environment of the movie watching Sarah. I mean, check it out. Fans have spotted his face in rocks and hedge walls throughout the whole movie. And then there's Jareth.
All of them are one-eyed. And all of them are one-eyed.
Goblin form, because yeah, he's not just some glittery goblin king with tight pants. He's also an owl watching Sarah from the shadows, flying through her bedroom window, always observing, always just out of reach.
And there's the owl. And there's the owl. That's symbology as well. But that's creepy looking at it now. That realizing the boys half-faced looking at him from rocks, from different geometric shapes, from trees, stuff like that. That's creepy. That's creepy as hell looking like that now.
Now, that might seem random until you realize the Owl of Minerva was one of
That's the one, the Owl of Minerva.
The only known symbols used by the original Bavarian Illuminati. It symbolized hidden knowledge and enlightenment.
For wisdom, yeah.
The owl sees in the dark, after all. It watches while others are blind. But over time, that symbol's meaning has shifted. Today, in modern culture, especially in conspiracy circles, the owl has become a symbol not of illumination, but of manipulation. It's tied to the idea of the elites watching from the shadows, hoarding knowledge and pulling strings. Here, Jareth...
Doesn't matter. It boils down to the same thing. Boils down to the same thing. No matter what it means, whether it's that one or that one, it boils down to the same thing. It's satanic.
Is the manipulator, the hidden hand, the one who bends the labyrinth to his will while pretending to give Sarah choices. He never forces her, he tempts her, seduces her, distracts her. He is the owl, just not of wisdom, but of surveillance, of psychological domination dressed up as a fantasy. And in the end, how does Sarah defeat Jareth? By remembering the line from her story, the book she was reading at the very start of the movie. You have no power over me. Just like that.
Have no power.
Don't know how I got here, but I'm glad I'm here. You're speaking my mouth. Bless you, Jax, man. Bless you, man.
Power over me.
See, this is just like when Jesus says, "Away with you, Satan." At that moment, the illusion shatters. Literally, the room cracks apart into floating pieces as she speaks those words of power. And
get behind me, Satan.
The entire movie builds up to Sarah realizing her own sovereign will. Jareth is...
That's what Satan does, doesn't he? Mimics, inverts. Absolutely mimics and inverts because he's got nothing original. He can't create. So he mimics and inverts it. Absolutely, 100%.
Is only as powerful as she believes him to be. In ceremonial magic or even religious exorcism, the practitioner often commands the spirit with unwavering will, declaring that it has no authority. Sarah basically performs a self-exorcism of her own fear and Jareth's hold. Labyrinth reminds us that when we finally stand up and say, No, I am the author of my story. Those illusions lose their grip. Bowie in owl form then flies off. The spell is broken. Sarah's home. She's rescued her brother, and she's different than she was before. She gained wisdom and some goblin friends who apparently can still hang out in her room. Her friends like Ludo and Hoggle appear in her bedroom to celebrate. What is that all about? Some people think it means that she's gone insane or is imagining them, but I see it as the fact that she's integrated the lessons and allies from her journey into her psyche. The goblins and creatures represent aspects of her: courage, kindness, happiness, and now she's embraced them rather than rejected them. It's positive integration. The final spoken words of the movie are the goblins laughing and saying, bye-bye, and Jareth's not dead or anything. He's just no longer a threat. Evil, temptation, control, those things are always going to exist. The owl's still out there, but they have no power over her or over you. See, all these messages in these films were hidden there for you, for all of us to discover when we were ready. These films planted the seeds of wisdom in young minds under the cover of fantasy and adventure, and that's the final twist. The never-ending story.
Yeah, but it's not good. It's not wisdom. It's not for kids' wisdom. It's for kids' manipulation. You know what I mean? It's not wisdom. It's not a good thing, if that's what you're trying to say. It's against Christianity, but it's not good. It's not to make them wise. It's actually to dumb them down. Might think they're wise, but they think they're wise are not.
Is your story. The magic only matters if you carry it forward. So it's time to fight the nothing in your life, solve your labyrinth, and heal what's broken. Wake up and use your power. Now, there were so many more hidden messages in these movies I didn't have time to get into. So did you catch them? If you did, drop them in the comments below. I want to know what you saw. And let me know if there are any other movies you want me to break down next. But if you thought that was crazy, did you know that the movie The Matrix was inspired by ancient heretics called the Gnostics, who believed the world was a cosmic prison run by evil entities called archons? Yeah, go watch my video, The Occult.
Well, of course, that's part of it. Partly what it's inspired by, but yeah, that's it. That's up finished, guys. That's up finished. But yeah, guy again, he's an ex-Christian. He's not a Christian at all, and he's definitely into that stuff. But everything he said in there was absolutely true. All the symbolism in the movie is absolutely there, and he's definitely knows about it. So yeah, fair play to him for that, for the knowledge and that. But I think he sees it as a good thing when it's not. And I think he's not a Christian, and he was not really a Christian. It's because he was brought up in a strict Christian household, so he didn't make the choice himself. I would say he rebelled against it. Michael just put out a clip. Michael Kahn just put out a clip. I'll play this, then I'll play out with a song and I'm going. But Michael Kahn just put out a clip from Flatz's the other night and just called it "Oh My Word." I think it's to do with what Miles was saying. And Flatz's right. This is Michael Kahn's.
And when he tells them in Matthew 24:9 that they would be delivered to be afflicted, killed, and hated, and you have James killed in Acts 12:2, you have Stephen killed in Acts 7:59-60. The Bible was not written when that happened. It was written before 70 AD. And then when he
for Jacks, bless you, man, bless you, dude.
Tells them in Matthew 24:9 that they would be delivered to be afflicted, killed, and hated, and you have James killed in Acts 12:2, you have Stephen killed in Acts 7:59-60. The Bible was not written.
No, we didn't review the movie. Well, to start off with, that's what we were meant to be doing with them, reviewing them, Jacks. But no, what I do now is that's when I first started doing movies. You can't do the movies obviously on the YouTube side, but it wasn't a review. It was mainly watching the movies. We was going to review it, but because I do a channel on Rumble as well, and Rumble let you watch movies, I now do movie nights on Rumble. So we watch certain movies on Rumble on the weekend nights. So I do a topic on YouTube, and then I cut off the YouTube side and continue on Rumble and do movies on Rumble. And that's at the weekends and on a Tuesday night. So I do a topic on YouTube, and then we do the movies on Rumble. But to begin with, it was like reviewing them. But Then we realized because it's a movie, it's 2 hours long, it takes a long time to review them. So we just started watching them. But we do still talk through them now and again. But in general, it's just watching them. But yeah, we still have conversations about through them. But yeah, that's at the weekends and on a Tuesday night. But there's always a topic on YouTube first. Then we go over there. Well, we're over there anyway. Like I am streaming to Rumble now at the same time. If look, I'll show you there. Look, I'm streaming on Rumble at the same time. Look, yeah, that's my Rumble channel I'm streaming on. If you want, you can have that as well, because I'm always streaming on Rumble. I don't know if you do Rumble, but that's where, if you want to watch the movies with us and certain times, that's where we watch them. Yeah. So if you want the link for this, my channel here, here it is. Copy. That's my Rumble if you want to follow it. Because it's follow. It's not sub, because if you sub, it's money. Yeah. There you go. So follow. But yeah, excellent. Right, back to what thing was saying. Yeah, so yeah, we do movies at the weekend.
And when that happened, they was written before 70 AD.
So, not the generation Jesus were part of, not the generation Jesus were talking to.
Exactly, Michael. Exactly. Well spotted, bro.
Namely, the disciples in Matthew 24.
It was undeniable that he was saying that he was going to return to that generation, the generation in which he was in, the generation of the people he was speaking to.
100%.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be?"
That's Michael's favorite laughing clip. He always uses this one. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. And this is Michael's channel, in case you're not sorry.
Yeah, when he tells them in Matthew 24:9 that they would be delivered.
He's got Michael does videos and doesn't do lives anymore. He sometimes pops in lives, not often. But he does videos, so I'll give his link. I'll put his link to my channel as well. But yeah, Michael's great, man. Nice one, Michael. There you go. That's Michael Collins. Right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, no, I'll see you in Flatz's in a couple of hours. Let me see if Flatz has put his stream on. See if he's put the link in. I'll get the link for you if you see if he's sorted it out yet. Because he'll be on in about an hour and a half. It's Monday. Yeah, he's on tonight. I'm on tomorrow night instead of him. Has he put it out yet? Flatz? Yay, nay? No, he hasn't sorted it yet. Okay. No, he hasn't sorted it yet. Okay, cool. But I will see you on Flatz's later, guys. Let's play out with the Harry Mark.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. What are you up to?
Nothing much. I love your camera, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Could I do a freestyle rap for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, dope. So here's the thing. I'm going to improvise off the top of the dome. So can you give me like 3 super creative, challenging words? No food and no animals.
Okay.
What do you mean? Can someone send a link for whoever PJ is talking about? Oh, Flatzoid. You mean Creality? Flatzoid. Oh, yeah, of course. Give me a sec. Yeah, of course. I thought you'd be sub to Flat. If you're on David Barnard's, I thought you'd be sub to Flat. But then, mind you, it was Roger that said you were on David Barnard's. I don't know if you are. Let me just get him. Reality. Yeah, I'll be on Flat just. I'll be on Flat. Should be on Flat just tonight. Yeah, I will be on Flat just tonight, of course. He hasn't put the stream up yet, but he'll be on in about an hour and a half, usually. Oh, Sandra's already done it. There you go. That's it there. Reality podcast. There you go. That's it. I'm still calling them flatzoid. You know, it's flatzoid. I'm still calling him flatzoid. He doesn't want to be called flats anymore. He doesn't talk about flats. Yes, he's still flat earther, but he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I don't blame him after what's been going on. He's trying to keep his scriptural based. I don't blame him. There we go. Anyway, let's go.
1, metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis, yep.
Okay, adjacents.
What, you want grizzly bear on? I'll put grizzly bear on after this, Solid. If that's what you're on about. Mofo grizzly bear.
Adjacent, yep.
And aquadome.
Aquadome? What is that?
It's like a, let's say like a big glass
Yay!
underwater or something like that.
Oh, that's
like
dope.
A dome underwater.
Like an underwater dome. Okay, sick. All right, fire, man. So we got metamorphosis, adjacent, and aquadome. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it, man. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. When I spit, yo, of course I'm lit. The whole entire track, I'll be scorching it. Yeah, I'm staying on my course and shit. Going through change, metamorphosis. Y'all know I love to improvise. Ain't nobody else ever been this live. I'ma open up your eyes. I evolve, you know I metamorphosize. Yeah, H-Mac be a transformer. Kill it when I spill it, man, I really try to warn you. Every obstacle, that's where we go rise above. Like the sign behind your head, I be spreading more love. Coming off the tip of this, the way I rap, man, they know it's too ridiculous. Yeah, Mac be the GOAT, yo, often it's said. When the beat is dropping, dog, I got you nodding your head. I be causing rappers problems instead. Yeah, I'ma keep on rocking till I drop and I'm dead. Till they close me in my coffin, I swear. Yeah, we about to get it popping in here. Yeah, leave you in amazement, new paths blazing. I be hot, kinda like cuisine that is Cajun, but they can't block me up, never got me caged in. All these rappers next to me, they standing adjacent. But I put the mask on like I'm Jason, and I slice them, I'm too enticing. Yeah, I kick amazing freeze. All these words round my head, they adjacently. Surrounding what I'm doing, I'm leaving you and your crew and ruin from the real shit that I'm pursuing. Counter when I'm killing it off at the top of the middle, I'm making them nod. When they be coming to kicking the rhymes, I'm a freestyle god. Yeah, people know what I'm all about. I be getting busy with these lyrics that be flying out my mouth. Y'all know I'ma rock you right off the dome. I'm going deep like an aqua dome. Yeah, so many mics I'm about to slaughter. He said it's like a big dome underwater. Y'all know Harry Mack is winning. I be flowing off the dome when swimming. That's an aqua dome. Y'all know I'm locked in the zone, causing problems for homes. Whenever I rip this, they better witness. Yeah, killing the mic, I'm doing this, son. Shouts to my homie who be nodding while he's chewing his gum. Yeah, if rap is dead, then it's the rebirth. He be in the camp in the white t-shirt. I'ma make it known, thank you for those words. Every time I kick these lyrics, I be fully absurd. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yo, that was fire.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you got a YouTube or anything?
Yeah, definitely, man. I go by Harry Mack. HARRYMACK.
I'll definitely subscribe, man.
Oh, appreciate that, homie. Thank you so much. Boom! There you have it. Really hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I wanted to let you know we are coming back to Europe.
Excellent. Right. So you want more for Grizzly Bear? Okay. I've got that in you. I've got that in StreamYard. Right. I'll say bye after that one. Right. I say more for Grizzly Bear. He says it fully. Obviously, I don't. Right. This is Vicky's one as well. Vicky knows that you asked for it now. I told her. She said, did she? I'm like, yes, she did. There we go.
What's up, man?
Are you a TikToker?
Yeah, I'm on here doing freestyle raps for people. Could I do a freestyle for you?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, dope. I need your help because I'm gonna improvise.
Okay.
Can you give me like a song topic?
Okay.
Hold on, I have to stop because there's a playing from StreamYard. Obviously, people want to say something. Go on.
It's motherfucking Grizzly Bear.
Babe, see what I mean? What you like? Stop.
That's
he's
what
going
it,
to say it. He's going to say it. You don't have to say it. Yes,
motherfucking
he doesn't have to say it. You don't have to say it because he's going to say it.
That's the name of the song.
Right, I know, but it's more full Grizzly Bear to me. Right, I'm playing it, and it's playing from StreamYard, so you can't talk, okay?
Right.
All right, love you. I bet I'm saying, Rogers just said to Solid, oh, Vicky, I love you for that. I could just be a bit solid ass for it.
You've been missing it because I ain't been here.
Right, here we go.
What's up, man?
Are you a TikToker?
Yeah, I'm on here doing freestyle raps for people. Could I do a freestyle for you?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, dope. I need your help because I'm gonna improvise.
Okay.
Can you give me like a song topic?
Okay, a grizzly bear drinking milk.
A grizzly bear drinking milk.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, I love it. Oh wow, you got a grizzly bear on your mug right there?
Yeah, it's milk. That's
You drinking milk out of there?
Yes.
Oh wow,
Okay.
so this makes so much sense. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Let's go. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah, come on, yeah. Any forest, I get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. I said my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. Hey, yo, my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, I'm a grizzly, that's mad facts. Us bears, we got a bad rap. Yeah, people aren't really aware. When they see us while they hiking, yo, they get scared. They like, no, that's that dude, that grizzly that's really gonna steal our food. Damn, hey, yo, his size is godly. He might even catch us and eat our bodies. Yeah, people think that I'ma eat them raw. People scared of my teeth, scared of my claws. People scared cause my size is giant, and they know in a fight that I'm certain to triumph. But here's the thing, I don't like people. I'm not a bad guy, I'm not evil. Nah, that's not the way I'm built. I ain't gonna eat you, I just want your milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear. I said my fur, it be smoother than silk. I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. Hey, I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear, yeah. And my fur, it be smoother than silk. Hey, I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, real big how I been built. I'm not really a fan of the skim milk. I do invent, loving to drink the 2%. Yeah, and y'all know I don't make people feel the wrath. I want the half and half, yeah. Yo, look in my eyes, they so dreamy. Pour me a glass of milk that's mad creamy. All the milk, you know it shook me. But hey, I think I'll need some cookies. Yeah, that's gonna make sure my mood don't get low. When I got the cookies, I can dip those. Yeah, if I got the milk, it's a miracle. Yeah, I might need a bowl of cereal. Oh shit, man, he even had the prop. Y'all know we drinking non-stop. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there. Hey, I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear, yeah. And my fur, it be smoother than silk. Hey, so I'm just out here drinking milk. I said, any forest, I'll get busy there, yeah. I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear, hey. And my fur, it be smoother than silk. Come on, I'm just out here drinking milk. Yeah, I'm about to make you aware. If you got milk, better pour a glass for the bears. Yeah, I'm out here getting busy. Pour me a glass of milk for this grizzly. Yeah, I'ma make you aware. Hey, go and pour a glass of milk for the bears. Hey, y'all know the milk got me amped. And if you don't pour me a cup, I'll terrorize your camp. Let's go.
There you go.
It's a motherfucking grizzly bear.
And if yous are getting yours, I'm getting mine. Now I'm going to say bye after this one.
I'm going now.
What's up, y'all?
Whoa, hold on.
Is that Linus Tech?
You do something. What?
All right, babe. Love you.
Love you.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Say bye, everybody else. Oh, she didn't.
What's up,
Whoa,
y'all?
hold on.
Is that Linus Tech?
You do something. What you be doing?
I'm on here freestyling for people, man. Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
That's that dude. That's that TikToker.
Oh, damn. Yo, can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Give us one. Wait, turn up.
No, we gotta give him words.
Give me the most creative, challenging words you can think of.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pedestrians. Okay, that's a good one.
Another big one.
Another big
Chronicle.
one. Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. All right.
Okay. Revolutionary.
Ambidextrous, chronicle, Afghanistan, and revolutionary. Those are the words? Yep. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Other artists really need to get their flex up. When it comes to freestyles, yo, I'm next up. I be shining kinda like my man's necklace. Use both sides of my brain, I'm ambidextrous. I'm the freshest type. They can feel the vibes from left to right. Y'all know that I'm the the dopest on jams, ambidextrous, cause I can use both of my hands. Then again, it don't matter if I'm right or left-handed, cause I never write it, I hope you understand it. I provide it right off the tip of the brain, and when I'm spitting for my people, all my shit is insane. I make it happen. I'ma kick a rap verse, shout to my homie with the necklace and the black shirt, filming on the phone, gotta get it on your camera. They got questions, Harry is the answer, yeah. I'm about to make it known. When I rhyme, I be entering the crazy zone. Thank you for the words, y'all came up with the good stuff. Shout the homie chilling in the middle with his hood up. I go beyond your flow, going places other rappers wanna go. Do it by myself, no sponsor, bro. I'm delivering the rap chronicles. Your level, I'ma go beyond it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get you lifted like the Chronic. Can't nobody else rock this way. High like the Chronic, that's word to Dr. Dre. H-Mac, I'ma put it down. Every time I'm rhyming, they be loving my sound. Can't nobody really do it like me. Winning in my psyche. Shout my homie who be rocking Nike. On the zip up, I get props. Whenever I be spitting, they gon' see me on TikTok for hip hop. I'ma put it down for all of y'all. I be cold shivery. This here is the Chronicle delivery. Delivering the magazine and the periodical. I got the hottest flow, you know I brought it, bro. I ain't never slipping. Yeah, y'all just be assisting. I'm Michael Jordan, these rappers like Pippen. Think they got my level, homie, they be tripping. I grip the mic and then I'm about to slam the jam from LA to Afghanistan. I'm about to break it down till I find my peace. They put my music in the Middle East, yeah. All my lyrics are gigantic, I'm about to make them panic. They can feel my shit across the whole planet, yeah. Lyrics is what I'm about to push. He was like, yo, he's rapping right now. He said, shush, please be quiet, he's really getting down. I'ma blow your mind with the rhymes that's profound. I be doing me, and y'all know they never doing Harry. When it come to lyrics, all my flows are revolutionary. What I mean to say is when I'm spitting off the brain, I be revolutionary, go against the grain. I'm about to make a change the whole earth. I'm about to blow your mind with the freestyle verse. The beat style, but I wasn't ready to end. H-Mac be the freestyle internet trend. Let's go.
Yo, right, I'm done now, guys. I'm done. That's me been over 3 hours, so I will see you in practice tonight, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. If I'm not on in the afternoon, I'll definitely be on at night. If I'm on in the afternoon, I'll still be on at night, but I might not be on in the afternoon. Either way, I will see you at night time tomorrow night. If not, I will see you on practice tonight. First, anyway. Bless you guys. Love yous. Hear the Sunset's free. It's free. Indeed. Ta-da.